Hello and mostly welcome. You wait there while I close the door. Oh, my back. My demon back. Oh, we're professionals, we're professionals. This is just a wee hangout stream because I had hella fun doing the Doctor Who stream for tonight. So I thought I'd just carry on pattering away. It's also a wee test of capabilities here because I'm not seeing people's chat in the chat. So let me see if I can wiggle around with it while people turn up. If you are watching, say so in the chat so I can see stuff if I can fix it. So we look here. All right, live chat. There we go. So whoever you are, hello, welcome to the channel. This is a toy channel. We've kind of messed it up by doing dozens and dozens of videos about Doctor Who, and I should probably rectify that because I do have multiple channels. So we'll come to some sort of arrangement. So welcome to Greg's Grotty Toys. It's a name we chose because it was funny, and I've stuck with that branding ever since. Tonight we're just gonna relax. Hi, how you doing? You well? You good? Seriously, say so in the chat so I can see if the chat's working. We're very stern here. Hopefully, we're gonna get like a Patreon up and running, and then we can pay for a bulb. That's gonna be the first. The first stretch goal is gonna be a bulb, and then the second one will be a second bulb. So we're gonna get like a bulb for the light, so we don't have this terrible dingy yellow light, and you can see my features, and I don't look craggy. Ooh, some girthy Pokemon, says James Meek. Well done, that man. Say something back. Well done, that burp. Well done, that burp. Burp. This is where you find out I'm terrible at computers. Burp, man. There we go. Well done, that burp, man. And I spelt done with an R, which is an unconventional spelling, but I think it really works. I think it adds to it. Well done, that burp, man, conveys the Scottishness. I love when I scrunch my face like this and I have a huge, forehead. I don't know if that's coming across in your videos, but on mine it looks massive. I have incredible anxiety about it while we're doing proper streams. But Pokemon. We're doing Pokemon. The Happy Meal. This... I don't know how to do it. I'm not actually big into Happy Meals. I want to be that guy. I'll do more research into it. I don't know how they section off. I don't know if it's like just a solid month to do it, or sometimes it feels like more than the months. Sometimes it feels like less than the months. But the Happy Meal right now is Pokemon, which last time it was Pokemon, it wasn't enough to get me involved. But specifically this time, they're doing legendaries. All the Happy Meal toys are Pokemon, and all the Pokemon are legendary Pokemon. And for whatever reason, that activated a wee bit in my brain that told me, Craig, you need to get in on this. So I went and bought a Happy Meal. I got the wee because you can get a wrap with Happy Meals now. We're living in the future. You don't have to get burgers, and you don't have to get nugs or whatever. You can get a wee baby wrap, and it's actually quite good. Like, it's not as good as the wrap of the day, and it's not like, I guess, value for money or whatever, but they give you wraps. You can just have a wrap. It's good. I like our McDonald's. It's a good McDonald's. Andy Murray went there as a youth, and we know that because there was a picture in his autobiography. Andy Murray, the tennis player, I think he retired last week. Topical. He had a picture in his autobiography of him as a youth sitting in that McDonald's, and we knew that because we knew he's a local boy, and we noticed that the plastic plants that they had in the 90s were in the photo. So that photo holds a special place in our heart. I got the chips. I got juice, but they didn't give me my juice. I just, it was probably a combination of a lot of things. I didn't notice that they hadn't given me my juice. I know you get it separate on a wee coaster thing. I wasn't there for the juice. I was there for what do you call it? I was there for the toy, so I didn't care so much. I imagine if you're big into your McDonald's food, that's probably like a big no sign or whatever, a big red flag or whatever, a big strike against them. But I didn't care. I was there for the toy. The thing is, I wanted to get Groudon, I believe his name is. I have a problem with the names of Groudon because I always thought Kyogre and Groudon's names were switched. And I know Kyogre's not probably how it's pronounced, but for this stream, you're going to deal with me mispronouncing and misnaming Pokemon. I always thought that the red dinosaur from Hoenn from Gen 3 was called Kyogre because Curio, like the dinosaur kind of thing, and Groudon, it was partially me trolling. Like I knew that the names were what they were, but I wanted the red one to be somewhat dinosaur-y sounding in its name. I know he's the ground one. Like I know that. Like I guess this is a confessional video for that. But you know, something in my brain wanted Groudon, and I didn't get him the first time. I went in and got a Happy Meal. It was I needed dinner, so I got a Happy Meal, and that was fine. But it was mainly because I wanted the toy. The food was like a secondary thing. But I asked the lady in the McDonald's, story time. I asked the lady in the McDonald's, do you have the red dinosaur in? That's how I said it. I was like, do you have the red dinosaur in, eh? Because like I'm not going to go up and be like, Jeff Groudon, here's Groudon. Where's my Greek? Give me my Szechuan sauce and my Groudon. I would have got the curry sauce because curry sauce is incredible. Is that what Szechuan sauce is? I don't know. Big McDonald's curry sauce is great, sweet, and lovely. I would recommend it if you've no had it. Just go ask them for millions of packets. And in Scotland, anyway, they'll just scoop right in there and give you the packets. They will throw the packets onto you. But this is the other reason that I didn't mind them not giving me my drink, because she seemed quite flustered. It was kind of dinner time-ish that I went. Like I'd finished work and I went round, and like it wasn't all that busy, but they probably were like, you know what McDonald's are like. They probably were rushed off their feet with their youths and whatnot. And I was like, "Do you have the red dinosaur Pokemon, eh? Eh?" And she was like, "What?" Like she was really like dramatic about it. She's like, "What? What do you mean? What?" She didn't say that, but she conveyed that with her body language, and I was like, "Oh, I mean, like the red one, it's like a dinosaur. It's like roar," and she kind of like she very dramatically like was like looking through the wee tub, the dump bin, the wee dispenser Happy Meal toys, and then she was like, "I've just got this red in." And like the red one we got, and this is our first Pokemon of the night, was the red. I don't know how this is going to come off on camera, but it's the red bird legendary thing from Gen 3. So I was a wee bit disheartened with not getting Groudon. I thought I'd be lucky, you know. I thought I'd go in. We're quite early into the promotion. I thought I'd luck out, but I didn't. So I normally that would dishearten me. Like normally I'm not into Happy Meal toys that much most of the time that I would go back again. But someone the other day was really kind, and they reminded me of the fact that you can just go buy Happy Meal toys. If you don't know this, you can literally, you don't have to play like the blind bag game. You can just go in and like, I know this is basic, but like I forgot about it for years. Like I remember doing this in the 90s, but like you could just go in and be like, "Oh, do you have the Happy Meal toys? And do you have this? Can you have a look if you got this in?" And they're quite, McDonald's people are lovely. So like they're like, "Aye, like we'll just yeah," because it's like 99p, and like that makes it like this kind of enables me to get into Happy Meal culture. Like this kind of before like the $2.59, it was too much of a entry fee, and it was too dumb. And like I don't want to be spending money on a McDonald's, and I don't want to be eating McDonald's all the time to get like full sets of Happy Meal toys, or even to get like the ones I want. But specifically just going in, and I have no shame, so I'll go up and be like, "Do you have that specific Pokemon Happy Meal toy, eh?" And like I've done that multiple times now, and I'm entirely okay with it. And hopefully the Happy Meal toys going forward, because these ones are actually quite good, because that's another thing when we talk about the quality of Happy Meal toys and their decline over the years. Hopefully these ones will be quite good going forward. I know it's probably something to do with like Nintendo and like Japan's Happy Meal toys and the differences there. I know Pokemon's kind of a special case because these ones are banging. But they're not been good in the last decade of Pokemon toys. I want to say the last decade of Happy Meal toys have been a bit guff. Back in my day, Happy Meals were an event, man. Happy Meals were part of the culture. You were no one if you didn't go get a Happy Meal toy after school, eh? Men in Black. I'm going to be talking about Burger King toys. Are they called kids meals? Burger King kids meals. Like Burger King meals are nothing now. They're nothing. It's a sign of the times. We'll get to that. But the first one I got was him. Who else did I get? I got him and then him. Who should we do? We'll talk about the box first. We'll be specifically the people that talk about boxes. We'll live our dream. I have saved the box. It's a wee bit greasy, and I should have probably not saved this one in particular. The wee flaps coming off the back. There's something about legendaries, man. Like, there's something about them because, like, look at this. This is going to be a visual element of the video. So if you've got this in on the background while you're, say, making dinner, this bit might not be for you. But we're going to look at the bloody box. You've got your Groudon, I want to say. If I'm wrong, correct me in the chat. This stream basically exists to see if the chat works on this machine. And Kyogre, Kyogre, the whale. I call him Whalmer. I know that's another Pokemon, but he's the whale guy. I did not play Gen 3. I know Big Joe in the chat played Gen 3, and he took me through Gen 3 well after Gen 3 came out. I remember sitting with him in the Wargaming Club, and he showed me his Gen 3 stuff. I was blown away by it. It's after my time is Gen 3. These lads, I don't have any affinity with, but then I gained affinity with it during when I played through Omega Ruby. And there's just something, I can't describe it, but there's something like shonen about this dinosaur. Like he's like I know they specifically design the legendary geos to appeal to different like subsets of the fandom, and there's always one that's like the boys one that's sort of like more cool than the other one, and he's very much the king of this. Like, look at this red spiky armored dinosaur boy with these wee yellow eye and his wee like hat that he wears, because he's totally wearing like a hat, like a skull cap thing with like little dangly bits. I can't unsee that. This side of the box is good. That's literally where we're at for content. We're looking at the Happy Meal box. There's like an app, I want to say, on this side. You've got your terrifying Happy Meal mascot, which I'm glad they stuck with. He is absolutely shocking. You should look up the pics. He's not too bad on this box, but whoever he's Happy, I don't know if he's got a name. He's genuinely terrifying. The other bit that I quite like about this side of the box is it tells you what's coming next, and it's the Lego Movie. It's Lego Movie 2 is coming next. So I imagine that's starting in February. It just says coming soon to your Happy Meal. It's got Emmett and Lucy, I want to say her name is. Looking forward to that film. That's a film I'm looking forward to. I've not seen all of the Lego films. I missed out the Ninjago one because I don't have any affinity for Ninjago. But the Lego Batman film was incredible. And if you've not seen that, I urge you to seek it out. Best Batman film of the last decade? Maybe actually, because that takes us back to The Dark Knight. So yes, controversial opinion there. There's a wee like app where it's like put your Pokemon skills to the test on the Happy Studio registered trademark app. And then there's another side of the box that's like, which legendary Pokemon are you? All right. Do you think there's more fun to play the park or at the beach? At the beach, let's say. I'm a fan of a beach episode. Let's go to the beach. Would you rather see a sunrise or a sunset? Sunset, I'm going to say, because I don't want to be up. I don't want to be up in the mornings. We'll say sunset. Would you rather be cozy and warm or fresh and cool? Cozy and warm, 1,000,000,000%. Okay. I think that just takes us to Groudon. Your match is Groudon, a mountain-dwelling creature from the dawn of time with the power to shake and move the earth to defeat opponents. You're both at home in nature and love to overcome challenges. I'm happy with that. I like both of these boys, but like I say, there's something beautiful about that red spiky dino boy. And what is the other side of the box? A free Pokemon ebook. You get a free Pokemon ebook, and it's the legendary and mythical Pokemon of the Alola region, which I refer to as the Alola region. And I might be doing that from here on out. And then there's just free ebook tokens for the Kindle. That's a good box. I feel like there's been worse Happy Meal boxes. Is there anything on the bottom? Just legal guff. Yeah. I should very much put this in the bin because, like I say, it's quite greasy and I've had it in the house for a wee bit too long. Shall we start? Shall we get a Pokemon? This is what this is. It's an unboxing. We'll do Pokemons. Shall we do the ones that are not unboxed? No, because you've not seen them yet. Right, so we've got the red bird dude. Latias. It's got like a who's this Pokemon like thing where you see it's like silhouette. That's cute. Like whoever's in charge of like making Pokemon Happy Meal toys knows what's what. Like there's like an extra bit of love and care that goes into them. And I know I'm saying that about an evil, maniacal, omnicidal food corporation, but you know, you get me. You get me. Anyway, like, you know, if you feel like the Patreon's not up and running, but like if you want to be into it, let me know in the chat, because we need a bulb. Because I can see I know how bad my face looks. I know how bad my face looks. So you've got this is one of my favourite things about blind bags, is the wee sheet that tells you what you're going to get. We should probably tick these off. We'll put it up on the wall back there and we'll tick it off as we go, because I've not got them all yet, spoilers. But we can have a challenge, can't we? The instructions were on the back of that, but it was literally a pull back and go motor, so I think we'll be fine. So here we go. Look at this. It's a wee bird thing. Usually with Pokemon, I'm like, it's the other Pokemon. But in Gen 3, they get into just like geometric shapes and abstract concepts, and I don't know. These aren't the best of the Happy Meal toys for sure. It's got a wee sculpted in hands that you can probably not see in the light in this video, but you know, it's got a good plastic feel. Like I say, a lot of these Happy Meal toys are terrible. I should probably keep it on screen. A lot of these Happy Meal toys are terrible, but these ones are of a quality, you know. I assume it's accurate, but like it's weird. He's like kind of like an X-wing. Like I couldn't tell you what the actual. I'm not an expert on Pokemon. If you are, leave a comment in the chat. Does this look like it is to you? That's a Latias you got there. Can you spell that like photonically? Photonically? So I can be like Latias. That's a Latias. Yeah. I think I got one of these in Omega Ruby. I think you get everything. Because at a certain point in Pokemon games, they're just like, here, have everything, man. You need these to fly about in Omega Ruby, to fly about the world map, and then you go up to wee platforms in the sky where you just get basically given all of the legendaries. Latias! Yes, it's a Latias. What Pokemon is it? Is it the Concord Pokemon? Because, like, we're not looking things up because it's taking all of this power to like make the stream happen. So I'm not going to wikis. Does the pullback motor work is a question. Well, I don't know if it's a pullback motor actually. It might just be it has wheels on its belly. Yeah, it's fine for what it is. 99p. Like you get worse in a pound shop. It's got at least some heft. Its wings are a bit like thin and flimsy, but you know, it's fine. Pop him down. The other big thing that the Pokemon Happy Meals do that, if you don't know about, will come as a surprise, at least it did to me, is that they come with a Pokemon card. And not just like some like wee piece of cardboard that tells you what Pokemon is that you got. No, it's a random actual Pokemon card that's like blind bagged. so you don't know what it is. And I'm pretty sure they're always a shiny. Shall we take a peek? I don't know what I want. I think all the ones I've got so far have been from Gen 1, so they're probably sticking with that. Yay! I got a Magnemite. Magnemite. Please correct me on my pronunciations, because literally they're all based on me reading the words off the game screen 20 years ago, and they're stuck, lodged in there. I'm a very stubborn one. Magnemite, 60 HP. Searching Magnet for 1 colorless energy. I've never played Pokemon. Eon Pokemon or something. This is the Eon Pokemon. This is the Pokemon of Eons. Shrooved. Thanks, James. Search your deck for up to 3 colorless, I want to say, or is that steel energy cards? Reveal them, put them in your hand, and then shuffle your deck. I specifically remember back in the day when steel came out, and it was before proper sentience had kicked in. Because I remember Pokemon cards being introduced to the school, it was that huge craze. Like, see, when you watch like clip shows about the 90s, and they always get to the bit where like, and then in 1998 or 1999, the Pokemon craze struck the world, and kids broke into like newsagents to steal the Pokemon cards, because that literally happened here in the UK. Go Google that. It was like cardboard crack. But I remember when Steel was introduced, because like they had the basic energies for so long, and then one guy had. He must have got like a booster from somewhere, but he had a steel energy, and it blew my mind. I probably have that steel because I traded it off him, so I've probably got it somewhere. He also knows Tackle. Oh, shall I make a Magnemite deck? I love them. I love the Magneton. I love the UFO that he like. His third form is like that was a great addition. I love when they went back and gave a lot of the first geners and big lads from that era extra forms. It's probably heresy, but I like it. I specifically like his UFO form. I think it's banging. But he's weak to fire, and he's resistant to. Is that psychic? It's been so long. I assume purple means psychic. And he costs like a colorless to retreat. Never actually learned how to play the Pokemon card game. It was always a mystery. A very because we just play it and like play cards and be like, oh, my numbers are. We basically just play top trumps with it because, like I say, sentience hadn't kicked in by that point. I was too wee. It's too wee. Magnet Pokemon. Okay, like there's just something pure and beautiful about the art on Pokemon cards, specifically these arts as well. I was always a big fan of the claymation or the clay model art that you got on some early cards. That was cool. And also the Rocket series. I love the art on the Rocket series. There's something just primordially beautiful about the kind of illustrations, specifically on the trainer cards. They were great. Always like a wee peek at them. Who else did I get? Today, I got this lad in a charity shop. I'm going to introduce you to the concept of Happy Meal toys being in a charity shop while they're still, I might say on the shelves, but they're still in McDonald's, and then people just plop the toys into charity shops. He cost me 20p, which is a wee bit of a bargain. He didn't come with a card, so maybe they only wanted the card, and they were like, I don't know, put that into the shelter. Dialga, I want to say, like everything after Gen 1, and even stuff in Gen 1, as you just saw. I'm not great at naming. I want to say he's because it's Palkia and Dialga. I'm going to be mangling these names. I'm going to take a guess and say he's the time Pokemon. If I'm wrong / right, correct me in the chat. Chat seems to be working fine now that I switched it to like live chat and not top chat. He's a step off, isn't he? Like he doesn't look too bad. Imagine if this video was in good quality, you'd probably see him better. He's all there, isn't he? I don't know if like on the actual Pokemon these stripes are splayed out from his head, because right now he's very much got like a xenomorph head. Maybe that's the intended look. They all have great eyes as well. Like I'll post some pictures of these on my Instagram. There's some synergy for you. I'll post some daylight pictures of these. Their faces are all quite goodish. He's a wee bit hollow in places, like under the underlegs. They've had to get the hollowness in, which is a bit of a shame, but you know. It's fine. He also has an action feature. He can headbang along to that scene in Wayne's World. Wonder if I stop moving, it'll look better. Yeah, like you can drink water, you can like psychically flick his xenomorph head. It's a very little thing. James says I'm right. It's Dialga, the time Pokemon. I want to say because it's space and time with these lads, isn't it? He's time and the other guy's space. There's something about blue. I think about blue when I think about time travel, probably because of Doctor Who and the TARDIS, and the vortex and that. But he's great. Like for 99p/20p, you can't go far wrong. These actually just look good standing about, which is a thing you can't really say about Happy Meal toys most of the time. These wee fins at the back are like a soft, hard, rubbery plastic that have the wee legal guff on the back. So his legal guff is like hidden. His other side isn't too pretty because you can see all the wee McDonald's screws. And there's specifically the wee triangle McDonald's screws that you see on these toys. I like him. And like I say, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just... My speculation is that people take their kids to McDonald's and they get a Happy Meal to get the kids' meal, but then the kids don't want the toy, or like maybe the adults don't want them to have the toy or something. And then instead of just putting it in the bin, or like they leave it in like McDonald's quite a lot. You see that where there's just Happy Meal toys strewn about when people leave. But they just take it to charity shops. There's one, I'm not going to say where, but there's one where I always go in, and like even when it's like the middle of the Happy Meal promotion, there's just like a big bundle, like loads, hundreds of Happy Meal toys, like unbagged, just sitting in the bags. And like in this wee charity shop, I don't even know if they're charging for them now, but they were like, just take them. Like we've got so many of these, like people just keep bringing them in. I assume it's one guy. Like I don't know what the situation is there. Maybe he has to get like Happy Meals for loads of people and they don't want the toys. I guess it's a unique situation, but you see it across the land. And I knew this was going to happen. I knew I wouldn't have to like buy all of them full price. I would just, turn up to a charity shop and be like, here's 20p. I'll be having that wee time god. He's good. Not my favorite, but we're getting to them. Oh, that was a wee bit of a noise I put down. I've got another one. That's still in the bag. So we should probably look at him because this is an unbagging. Can you tell who it is via the medium of it being in a bag and it being on terrible visuals? Does that say Kyurger? Let's dig in. No, actually, I had a shot of this yet, so I'm pretty excited to see how this goes because I want him to be good. I want him to be a good one. Ho ho, mate! Look at this fish boy. Oh, he's pretty majestic. Now, I've got this thing right. See, after Gen 2, Pokemon got very abstract in their design. I feel like people fall off Pokemon after Gen 2 specifically because they stop looking like animals and then they start looking more like things, and they've got too many lines. And you can tell that the art style, or at least the character design of Gen 3 was very Naruto based. They look like ninjas, the trainers and that. I think that Pokemon gets very Evangelion inspired, very Neon Genesis Evangelion inspired in certain places. Does that not look like an angel to you? Like specifically, like the one that, like the comet one that falls to Earth, that's got like the eye, wings, the three. There's something going on there. There definitely is. Yeah, this one's like I knew the wings were going to be a wee bit like hollow in that, but they're all right. That's pretty good. His face is a wee bit. I don't know. He may be a wee bit scuffed because I've just left him on the table because he was the first one I got after. Like I went in and was just like, "Do you have the thing? Can I buy it for 99p, please?" And he's just been sitting there. So he might need a wee clean up or whatever. His gimmick is a hell of a gimmick though, because he's one of these water spurter guys. He's got like a circle bit on the top of a head, so it's a very like non-intrusive gimmick where like it's just part of the body and it's like a circle and it blends in because he's got like circles on him anyway. And you just push down on it and he spurts water. That's a good gimmick for a whale Pokemon to have. I see if you've got any of these people. See if anybody's seen these. Give me them. You don't want toys. Give me your toys, right? Use your whales because I just want a bath full of these. I want to just like go in the bath, have like put a bath bomb in, just have a good time, candles, and then like 30 of these. Just like, I hope he floats. Like, I hope he floats. Like, I hope he doesn't just go to the bottom. He will. Like, he looks like he's got buoyancy. I just want a bath of like 30 legendary water god Pokemon. He looks good. Look at that. The paint's not super great. I'm sure with a cleanup. He'll look good. Wolmer. Oh, I should name him. He's Kyogre. Is that how it's pronounced? Kyogre? Kyogre? Chat. Correct me. We also get that Pokemon card. Who do you think it'll be? Because so far, I think all of them have been Gen 1s. So, who's this guy going to be? Who would I want? I like a Farfetch'd. I like a Geodude's my body. I always get a Geodude. Geodude's a great design. Geodude is fantastic. Be a wee bit boring to get in cards. So far, it's been like first stagers and wee babby ones. So maybe that's how they're countering the legendariness of the toys, which would give you cute ones in the cards. But who can this be? Oh my god! You'll never guess who it is. We got ourselves a Slowpoke. Oh my gosh! Look at that art. It's probably not going to. He says. We'll dial it back. He says it's K-I Ogre. K-I Ogre is how the chat is telling me to pronounce that. K-I Ogre is pretty cool. He's pretty cool. Slowpoke is great. That is like 90s art. I don't know if it's actual 90s art, but it's going for it. It's got that pastel crackenness to it. Slowpoke, basic. He knows Headbutt for a colorless. And for a Psychic, is it Psychic? It must be Psychic. It's an eye and it's purple. Psychic in 2 colors, so you can do Whimsy Tackle. Flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. I remember quite a lot of that from the early Pokemon game. Yeah, Pokemon cards are great. I'm more used to Yu-Gi-Oh! So like handling Pokemon cards again is weird. He's the dopey Pokemon. Didn't know that. That's he's pretty dopey. What does it say here? If its long tail often breaks off. It doesn't really feel any pain though, and the tail grows back. So Slowpoke isn't particularly bothered. Well, that's good because people specifically eat Slowpoke tails. I saw that on the wiki or somewhere when there was like, dark things in Pokemon. They eat the Pokemon. Specifically Slowpoke's tails that he doesn't care about. K-I Ogre. Key Ogre Even. Is it pronounced Key Ogre Even, is it? That's a bit of a weird pronunciation, but fair play. What did the Macromite say? I love that it's got a description on it. See, when you get like magic cards that didn't have the descriptive text on it, horrible. Don't like those cards. Even if they're great cards, didn't like them. Like, the whole thing with Magic is it describes everything, even though, because like Yu-Gi-Oh! Only describes normal monsters because the effect takes up the effect monsters, and most of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards are effect monsters, so getting a wee bit of the fluff on the effect monster cards or on the Magic cards is crucial. Sends out electromagnetic waves, which let it float through the air. Touching it while it's eating electricity will give you a full body shock. Fair play. That seems accurate. That does seem accurate. I've got a Diglett somewhere, because the last time they did a Pokemon promotion like this, I feel like I got a Diglett. That's the thing to go in the bin. Not the card. The brown card. The brown card that holds the thing. Yeah, the wee piece of paper just says, yep, put it in the water, press the button, and it spurts. Which is handily enough. Aye. And then I've got one more to go. I've got a finale. So I'll put all these together. Oh, someone says spurt. Aye, chat. It was saying spurt because we got this whale Pokemon that you submerge in the water. And then you press the button and it like sucks it up. And then you press the button and it spurts it out. It's a perfect feature for a water whale Pokemon toy to have. Once again, I'm going to put that appeal out. If you've got one of these, chat's Dammy Dodger is sad that it just spurts water. But yes, Doing that appeal. If you got one of these, and you probably definitely don't want it, use it, because we'll just have a bath of them, and it'll be cracking. But yes, thunderous applause. You want one? Well, I think you'll be able to get one, Damage Dodger. I think that can be arranged. I've got a big finale. What is the big finale? Aye. Happy Meal toys were better back in the past. I'm going to get on my old man box and say, back in my day, back in the past, back in the glorious blazing 90s of our youth, Happy Meals were better. And I feel like I can say that with evidence. I could look at the actual pictures and the gimmicks of the toys, specific ones that come to mind. I'm going to start with the Burger King example. The Men in Black toys were cracking. Damage Dodger says, I remember a spinning fairy one that you set off like a Beyblade. Interesting. A spinning fairy Pokemon that you set off like a Beyblade. I like to think about Beyblade quite a lot. I like to think that a lot of the problems of the future will be solved by Beyblading. A Happy Meal. Did you? Oh, wow. Oh, a toy. Is that one of the? I know the ones you mean. They were like, they were called something. There was like boy ones of them that were these like muscly warrior men, but with wings and like crash test helmets. And you set them off like a Beyblade, and they went spinning into the air. And I lost so many of them. It was unbelievable, or very believable. And they probably did girl ones as well. It probably was a girl toy, but like, yeah, they were muscle wings. It was like, there was a very homoerotic period in toy design that probably lasted from He-Man through the 90s into like the early 2000s. It was like Guardians or something. Beastie, wingy, guardian-y men. They specifically had like I'm the Juggernaut bitch helmets, like Vinnie Jones as the Juggernaut helmet, like that design. My one was blue, and he came on a dragon. I guess they were dragon riders. It was a dragon, and he inserted the muscle man into the drop of the dragon, and then he pulled the dragon's tail. You were like, and it went like shooting off, and like I must have hit the ceilings so many times with it. And this was when we were living below people, so I probably got told off for doing that. Eventually, I'm pretty sure I chewed his wings, which were made of foam, and he was no longer flight capable, which is a sad end for that muscle boy. But yes, it was probably like a girl's toy first. And I'm pretty sure those toys made a comeback semi-recently, I want to say I saw them about. Yeah, like, if you know what those Happy Meal ones were, let us know. Link us them, because that sounds pretty cool. I wonder if they ever did Beyblade Happy Meals. Sounds like that's my point. Back in the day, it wasn't just like Pokemon. Like, Pokemon is a thing that's consistently happening forever. It's not like there's a Pokemon thing out there now that this is tying into. Back in the day, back in my day, Happy Meals were like license deals that tied into specific films or TV shows that were happening at that moment in time. Case in point, the Men in Black Happy Meal. Men in Black 1 had an incredible Happy Meal / kids meal. It was a Burger King one. I mean, back in the day, you can't really differentiate them because they were both so good it didn't really matter, really. The Men in Black one had the two ones I remember were it was an Agent K and Agent J figure, and it might have been for the cartoon because I feel like they had stylized bodies, but you had them. And they came with these aliens, these like rubber aliens that you inserted them inside. And they also had like plastic goop dripping off them. And I'll forever remember those toys. I always wanted them. There was something about them. There's something about a Happy Meal toy that is a guy that has articulation. And I feel like these ones didn't have articulation, but I didn't know it then. But there's something about like an actual toy and not just like a piece of furniture. There's so many Happy Meal toys, especially recently, that are just things. Like, come on. Like, these are, I guess, kind of just things, but they're getting closer to guys. He has articulation. He can do the headbang. But the K&J ones always wanted, like, always just aspired to get them, coveted them even. And then, like, if that was it, that would still be pretty solid. But that Men in Black one had the neuralizer. It had a neuralizer. Jamie Georgia says, like an oddish. yes, I like an Oddish. I don't know if that's in reference to something I just said, but I'm thinking a billion miles an hour, and I honestly can't remember what I just said. But yeah, I can't remember what I just said. Headbang. Oh yes, Oddish headbangs. Oddish headbangs in the bloody Let's Go Pikachu. Its animation is incredible. Like you throw it out, or the opponent throws it out, and it like bobs, and it does like a headbang with its big like Odyssey head. It goes. Whoa! It's great. You should play Let's Go Pikachu. It's infuriating if you find any changes to Pokemon Heresy, but it's pretty good. Like, there's so much to love about it. What was I saying? Aye, the Men in Black toys came with the gadgets from the film. That was the gimmick. You got like I feel like you got the little cricket gun, and you got the neuralizer. Like, it was a role play thing. Like, it was just like, it was a better quality thing. Also, Happy Meals that stood out back in my day. Treasure Planet had a banging Happy Meal set. I feel like Treasure Planet doesn't get enough love. I want to watch it again soon. But Treasure Planet had, like, it was a build your own figure kind of thing. It was ahead of its time, I want to say, / behind its time. But each one of the Happy Meals was a piece of the robot from Treasure Planet. And that was just magical to me as a youth. Robots are great. And then, like, the idea of, like, building it piece by piece. And it was evil genius, because it was like, it meant you had to get the full set of the Happy Meal toys. It meant you had to get at least like 5 or 6 Happy Meals at the very least. Ben, is he called Ben? Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Is there a character called Ben in Treasure Island? I've not seen Treasure Island. Well, I've not read Treasure Island, I guess. I've only experienced Treasure Island through Muppets Treasure Island, the best Treasure Island. I had his head. Oh my gosh. Oh, was it James? It's James that's saying Ben the robot. Yes. I had all of them. And I put them in a corner for a long time. The head was the best piece, to be honest. The head had the most play value, because they all had little individual gimmicks. I feel like one of his hands was like a pen, or it was like a holder for a pen where you could put a pencil into it. So I imagine pieces of him were kind of limited by his gimmicks. But it was great. His head had a wee flap, I want to say. You could like keep things in his head, and he had like eyes. Did his eyes light up? Am I wrong in that? Like, James, did his eyes light up? Because like light up features on a Happy Meal is insane to consider nowadays, I want to say. Yes, says Dammy Dodger 1. Yes. I'm going to say his eyes lighted up. She says yes. Yes, other notable Happy Meals. The Pokemon Happy Meal. The Pokemon, hope so. The Pokemon Happy Meal from, James says, think so. So probably, I think his eyes lighted up. I'm sure that's not just like a memory of youth. The Pokemon, I keep saying Happy Meal. I'm just going to say it. The Pokemon Happy Meal from Burger King, when the first film came out, was the stuff of legend. It was like, it wasn't the full 150 Pokemon, but it was too many. It was like this. It wasn't just like 5 or 6. It was like hundreds, if not dozens, of Pokemon toys, and a lot of them were unencumbered by gimmicks. And I remember I was in the park, being a youth, being a Wayne, so it was appropriate for me to be there. And I was like playing away. I can't remember what I was doing. I was like in the fields. I specifically remember a kid having a Voltorb. It was like a Voltorb, and it had a wee spinny bit on the bottom, but it wasn't that intrusive, so it looked like he just had a Voltorb. And Voltorb is a ball, so you can't really go far wrong with it. So it just looked like he had a Voltorb, and I was like, "What is that? What is those?" Or I was like, "What is those?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's a Happy Meal. You get it from Burger King, eh?" And I was like, just like eyes like shattered open, just flesh explode eyes. I will always remember that moment. And then I specifically probably went home immediately. I was that type of person. I was that youth that was like, oh my God, we need to go to Burger King right this second. And I feel like we went to the one at the retail park, and that's like a more of a drive-through one. And I feel like it was just jam-packed. And I know that's like a memory of youth kind of thing, and it probably wasn't, but it was like everybody knew, and they wanted to get a bloody like Pokemon, because it was the craze. It was the Omni craze. And I can't remember which ones I got, but we specifically must have got a Sandshrew one at some point, and the Sandshrew one was a keychain. And he's a wee like Sandshrew model, and he looks pretty good. And we still have that. My mum had that Sandshrew on her keys right up until about a couple of years ago, and now I have it because it broke off. You just don't get that with that. Like how do you get Sandshrew is so cute, Damage Dodger 1. And he's like his wee hands are molded onto him, so he's just like, I'm a wee Sandshrew. Yeah, like imagine I know it's probably different, and it's like, you know, she only had it on her key rings because like her kid got it. And I imagine if we had a kid, like, and they brought home a Happy Meal thing and it was a keychain, I'd probably have it. But I feel like they don't make keychain Happy Meal things anymore. And also, I chewed on that Sandshrew's tail quite a lot, so his tail's pretty messed up. But he's like the densest thing in the world. Like he's like these things are like pretty flimsy. Like they're all right. They're better than most Happy Meals, but they're still pretty flimsy. The Sandshrew is like denser than like a dwarf star. Like there's something like they put material. I know like multiple recessions have happened and like oil prices and stuff. So like the plastic that they make these out of is pretty poor and will never like compare to the 90s. So it's not a fair comparison. But that Sandshrew is incredibly dense. The Voltorb was really dense as well. I wish I still had that Voltorb. I might go on eBay after this and have a wee look at the Happy Meal toys. The other thing about that Happy Meal was that not only it was a huge promotion, it was like proper like corporate 90s America-ness on that promotion because they did these wee gold blocks that I guess they were meant to be like gold-plated Pokemon cards. I have the Clefairy one somewhere, a prized possession of mine. Like, just like if you're a 90s kid, like you will remember the gold block things, the wee plates that you got from Burger King. Very special. Like if you see them in the wild, it's just such a ping, like a stab in your heart in nostalgia. And I'm not a big Clefairy man, so you know, not much affection there other than it being that thing. Other Happy Meal toys that I can recollect: the wee potatoes, the wee, I guess, nuggets. Are they nuggets or potatoes that you could dress up? This is a very early memory from McDonald's, but it was like Halloween, I want to say one time. I feel like it was a thing they did throughout the year, but the ones I saw were Halloween, and it was like, I want to say a potato, but it's probably a nugget that was a wee character, but it was like bland because he's either a potato or a nugget. And then you like dressed them up with like a potato shell thing that went around him, and it was like a witch's hat or like a Frankenstein or something. That was the other thing. The other Burger King one was, and this is the one that appealed to me because they were basically just toys, but there was a Halloween promotion that was classic movie monsters. They were Frankenstein, I want to say, Dracula, Mummy, and the Swamp Thing. And you still see these a bit in charity shops. They're just they must have been huge at the time because they are just everywhere still. But I feel like they came in little coffins. Like there was just so much design weirdly that went into them, and you don't get that these days. And also, they were just toys. Like they had like 4 points of articulation. They had shoulders and hips, so you could play with them, and you didn't get that. You just didn't get that. Like an example of a modern Happy Meal toy is like it's like they're trying, but like not quite getting there because of their like cost limitations. I was struck by the Adventure Time ones that we did, because we did a video about that where it was like they were like little kind of not Funko Pops. They were like square and they were very pleasing to look at. And their gimmick was that you could rip their heads off and meld them together. You could like mix and match. And I failed at that on camera, which is one of my happiest YouTube moments, is not being able to do a head swap on a block toy that's basically Duplo. Clefairy's got cute plushies. Yes. Clefairy does have cute plushies, Damage Dodger 1. Does she? I'm just saying that. Like, I'm in YouTube mode. I'm just talking. Squeaking away with my chair. What was I saying there? Happy Meals. The Adventure Time ones, there was lots of them, and they looked... Yes, I swapped them back onto the right bodies somehow. I made a big deal of ripping them apart and ripping the other one apart, and then I meant to like combine the two different ones together. Yes, David McInnes, I can see the chat now. It was literally just a button. I had it at top chat, and there was never any top chat, and now it's just live chat. We're doing a Pokemon hangout. You probably want to watch the archive of this because I've literally just been talking about Happy Meals for like almost an hour now, and 90s Happy Meals at that. I'm holding this one so I don't spoil what the last Pokemon is I have, because it's a good one. It's a good one. But other Pokemon Happy Meal, other Happy Meals of note off the top of my head. All of the Disney ones were good. Like I remember it being a thing. I remember like wanting to see Monsters Inc. and like finished school. Worst chat. Top chat. Worst chat. Ha. This is a PG channel, so I'm not going to even say. Not even going to say what I should be saying now. But bloody Monsters Inc. was out. Wanting to see it. I remember going to Falkirk to see it with the family immediately after school, and I was like, "Oh, we're not going to like we're hungry. We're not going to get like a Happy Meal," because I was like, I had just had lunch like a couple hours before. But I was like, "Oh, Happy Meal before it. Get the vibe, get the toy," and like all of the Pixar films, all of the big ones, I want to say had solid Happy Meal tie-ins. That was the vibe. It was a tie-in to a film, to a thing that was going on. Like I remember the Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s had like solid Happy Meal toys. I remember my main experience with the 90s Superman cartoon was through the Happy Meal toy or the Burger King toy. Like I don't remember watching it on TV. I remember watching the 90s Batman cartoon, but I don't remember ever seeing the 90s. I remember it being about, but not being able to watch it because it must have not been on GMTV or whatever. Because like I feel like I didn't realize Cartoon Network existed until quite a while into my life. That was a glorious day when they showed me Cartoon Network and Boomerang existed. Them toy display cabinets is what David says in the chat. Yes, some McDonald's don't have toy display cabinets, and that's a crime. I know it's probably space saving. I know it's probably so they can put in more of their like AIs that you can order from, and that's probably better. But see, when you go to a McDonald's and it doesn't have a wee cabinet that displays the toys, fortunately, our McDonald's does right now. The Palkia has fallen down if you're up for live updates about bloody toy cabinets. But it looks good. It's enticing. I'm sure it like gets the youth hyped. It's probably a sad day when you go in and it's like the Lego Movie toys, but it's like just tins. That's something that that McDonald's has gotten into recently. Is they'll get you hyped. Like they'll get you hyped like with this box where it's like, look, kids, the Lego Movie 2. The Lego Movie 2 is next month. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm hyped. Like, is it going to be like Lego? Are they going to do minifigures somehow? Or are they going to do like knockoff minifigures? Are they going to do like minifigure adjacent things? Are they actually going to put Lego in the boxes? No. What they're going to do is put out a character's face on a tin. And like, I'm getting very aggravated saying that, but they are vaguely cute. Like, they're vaguely cute, to be honest, and I kind of want some of the tins. They did that for the Lego Batman movie. Probably didn't do it actually for the Lego film, but that's my example of that. They do a lot of promotions where it's like books as well, where you get a Happy Meal and you get a book. Like you get learning, you get literature, you get like kids' classics or Roald Dahl. And like, I can't sit here and say that's bad, but it's not what I'm here for. I want some plastic crack. Burger King Kids Club in the chat. The Burger King's Kids Club. I feel like that's a separate video we could do where we could talk about the lore of the Burger King's Kid Club. Is it like Zap or Ace or like it's like Cyclops, like Kid Cyclops, and then a multinational, multi-everything team of super youths that go about doing things. When the Power Rangers film came out, actually in 95? Why say it's 95? 96? I specifically remember going to the Burger King and getting a watch. You just got a watch, like a digital watch. It was a birthday party I had there, and I got the Happy Meal, and it was a watch, and it was a pink Power Ranger watch. And as a male youth in the 90s, I wasn't down to clown with that. But if I got a pink Power Rangers watch right now, I'd be like, yes, man, big Kimberly. Kimberly. Cool guy, top lad. But I don't think we got it swapped. I feel like that was drama at that party. Fake plants and bench seats. Yes, we talked about that at the start of the video. We talked about Andy Murray's autobiography where those fake plants appear in one of the pictures. Times to be alive. Chat, if you know any specific Happy Meal stuff that you want me to talk about, any specific ones that you remember. I've already went over the Men in Black ones. That's the one that comes to mind. Like the sheer vibe of the Men in Black ones. Also, the Wild Wild West, to keep it in a Will Smithy kind of zone. That was good. Like, they just don't do the tie-ins as well. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's something to do. This is the other key point I want to hit in this video. The production values on this video are insane because I've got a lot of things blocked out in my head that I want to talk about. British McDonald's is different from American McDonald's. Right now, in American McDonald's, or at least last year, Danny Georgia says, along the same vein, toys in cereal crisps. Right, this is the thing I will found my political party on. This is the key issue that I will be raised to Parliament with. I do not care what the anti-health benefits to putting toys in cereal is. The world is such a genuine nightmare that you can at least put toys in cereal. Like, I don't care. I genuinely don't. You can use this against me. I genuinely don't care if it's an unhealthy practice to like lure kids into buying cereal because like the cereal's gonna kill them. But like Trump and Brexit and the genuine existential nightmare of existence is so much that you can just put toys in cereal. I don't care if they're bad toys. I don't care if they're toys that are not worthwhile. Literally just give us, like, it's like, imagine just like getting up and having to deal with the genuine nightmare of existence, but then you open up your cereal and you pour your bowl of dust into it and like pour your milk on it. Or like before they pour the milk on it, obviously, the dust plops out and you're like, oh, another day of dust. And then a wee bit of magic drops out of the cereal. It doesn't matter what it could be, like some sort of daft ring. I specifically remember getting wee lightsabers. 2005 was the year. Star Wars Episode 3 had just come out, Revenge of the Sith. The promotion in Kellogg's was wee lightsabers. Like, this is probably too far into my life for it to be memorable, but like, it was a wee lightsaber. I got a Yoda in. It had a wee maze in it. It's in a box over there. Gia's the magic back. Hashtag Gia's the magic back. This is where the fight back begins. I'll worm my way in. Like, Brexit's such a nightmare that I could probably be elected right now. And the platform I will stand on is, I will give you back your magic and wonder in toys. There's been chat. What have we got here? Remember, what have we got here? Same, that Walker's Jar Jar Binks sticky tongue toy. Yes, I'm fine with Jar Jar Binks. He's a good guy. He's a solid lad. I never had any problem with him. I'm sure he's like genuine problems about him being a wee bit racist, but like, he's goofy. Like, he's literally just goofy. Like, he's there to be like R2-D2 and C-3PO and like cut about in the background. There's probably like bad connotations there, but he's just goofy. Like, he's goofy on the team. It's fine. Walkers did a promotion in their crisps. Did you get it? Did you get it in the crisp? Did you have to send away for it? How did you get the Jar Jar? I can't remember. Like, chat, do you remember how you actually got the Jar Jar? It was like a Jar Jar head, and then it had like a tongue that went all. It was like a sticky tongue, and it went all the way out to like here, and like, it was sticky, and you could like whap it at stuff, and it would stick to things, and that's probably like a top tier giveaway thing. Like, I'm personally more into the Pogs that they gave away in Walker's Crisps in 1997 when they dropped the big re-releases of the Star Wars films. I remember because you got like a couple Pogs. Pogs were great, and there were Tazos in for Star Wars. So that meant there were Pogs with little segments in them that you could clip them together and you could build things out of them. Never got into the building things out of them element, but yeah, I've got it over here actually. I've got it. I've kept this with me because even though I go through like phases of thinking Star Wars is the worst thing ever, I've still got my Tazos collection in the wee. It's a wee bit flat now, but this is my specific one from '97, and it took me until a couple years ago to complete it. I didn't have a complete collection in the '90s. and you kind of see them about occasionally, but I never like picked them up. And then I was at a car boot, and this lady had a giant vase full of them. So now I've got a giant vase/vase full of Tazos somewhere. I think it's in the attic, and I just used what was in there to complete this. So this is a wee complete collection of these bad boys. And shall we read from the book? These are what I think about when I think about Star Wars. Like the wee kind of, there's something about the printing on them. I should probably show you some of them. Like you can just like put them into the book, and it's got like a wee descriptor of what's going on in the scenes. I've poked one of them out. Who have we got here? The first one, which is one, it was a common, I want to say, C-3PO. Yeah. And like that Star Wars to me, that's also very much more Star Wars to me. See that specific back of the thing, the Tazos. They smell like crisps? No, not really. I think the never been in 20 years is somewhat like taking that smell away. But it says 1996 Lucasfilm on them. Actual magic. Actual handheld magic, that. Wonder if it'll go back in. Kinda. Kinda's the answer to that. We'll do a video about that, though. That's like its own wee separate thing. But what's the chat saying to it? I feel like there's stuff going on about yogurt. I remember yogurt that I used to get that had a toy in the center circle, and the yogurt had sprinkles were around it in a ring. Incredible. I don't remember that. I feel like I don't remember. No, I'm sorry, I don't remember that. That's probably something I missed out on. What were the toys like? Try and jog my memory on that. Keep chatting as well, because it looks like chat's crashed on my end. Don't remember the name of them. Just popped into my head the other day. Forgot about them for years. Because you didn't eat yogurt. That's true. I didn't eat yogurt. What's it called? Milky Bar yogurt, which I maintain is yogurt. To this day, I would say it's a yogurt. It's a yogurt adjacent thing, definitely. Apparently, it's custard. I definitely thought I didn't like custard, but also I might have been eating custard for most of my life. This is also, I've still not done the last Pokemon. Like, whoever is like waiting to see the last Pokemon, you're a better man than I. Yes. Was the toys good? I feel like I missed out here. I suppose the other elephant in the room is Kinder Eggs. Kinder Eggs are like the king of mystery eggs, mystery toys in things, cheap, tatty things. They were also better in the youth. What kind of monster doesn't like custard? Well, I was very picky as a youth. You probably put that together if you've watched any of these other videos. It looked icky. It looked gross. It looked sick. But I love it. I literally had it the other day with some ginger cakes, because ginger cakes are my current poison. Asked a laddie in Marks and Spencer's for some ginger cakes the other day. Don't remember the toys. The nostalgia is more of a unique ring of Yogg. That does sound pretty good. Sprinkles, aye. Remember the McDo hot dog circa 2001? No. My specific nostalgia for things in McDonald's circa 2001 was going to Salou on holiday, and they had salad in a cup. I get very, very ASMR vibes, like chills, when I think about salads in a cup. I don't like salad. I still don't like salad. Please don't use that information against me if you want to assassinate me. That's a big fear of mine. But yes, salad in a cup. Do you remember a salad in a cup? It was like a salad, but in a clear cup. And my mum would get it. I remember my mum getting it on holiday. I remember seeing it, and it's one of those things that I didn't have, but I have I think about salad in a cup, and I also get nostalgia for the 2003 Ang Lee Hulk film, because I feel like that's what the Happy Meal was at the time. That was another good Happy Meal. I had a wee Hulk from that forever. I feel like he was like a scooshy head Hulk. He also spurted. He had like spurted from the mouth. He was like he squished him and he spurted water. That's the classic tactic in Happy Meal toys, is the water spurter. I feel like there was also just like a toy of the Hulk in there. And there was like a soft toy. That was the other thing, because Burger King did the Pokemon toys. A lot of spurting in this episode. There's nothing wrong with spurting. Like, how do you describe like this? Where is it? Where's the thing? Where's the spurt? I might have thrown it away. Is this it? How do you what's going on there? Like, press down to spurt. Like, that's to shoot, but that doesn't indicate water or fluid. It spurts fluid. Like, gushes, erupts, water beams. Is water beam like a beam of water? Scoosh. I suppose scoosh does indicate water, but spurt is more Scottish. You can roll your R's. But Hulk was a good half meal. Scoosh is the best word. Scoosh is pretty good. Isn't Scoosh like a pop group? Or like a TV channel? Scoosh. Scooshy, I want to say something. Very onomatopoeic, yeah, it does appeal. But spurt. Spurt. Spurt is onomatopoeic. Spurt. Spurt. I've derailed my chain of thought. I don't remember the hot dog. Was there a hot dog? There's been a lot of strange McDonald's experimentation over the years. A lot of weirdy goings on. The salad was one. Did they do like pizza or something? Scooshy is how I describe deodorants. Either scoosh or roll on. It's more of a spray though, isn't it? Like, I suppose you can describe the water as a spray. They did pizza in the late 80s in America, so that very much definitely didn't happen to us. We are 90s people. Aye, the scooshy cream. Aye, scooshy cream. That's a definite, but that's like a semi-solid. That's like a solidus matter. You know, that's not water. That's not fluid. But I don't know why I'm fighting against this. Scooshy is a good term for what it does. It's probably a more appropriate term for what it does. But I think it better Happy Meals. Pokemon. Burger King had it, and it was like a rivalry thing. Did Burger King have the thing that week, or did McDonald's have it? Burger King had a fantastic Pokemon promotion. I remember McDonald's having a lesser one, but I would probably be more into it nowadays, because they had a Pokemon promotion, and it was like fluffy toys, like cuddly toy Pokemon. I remember it was like a Pidgeotto, I want to say I got, or a Pidgey, or one of that line of just birds. Maybe a Rattata. It was weird. I remember being weirded out at the time that they had, I didn't know what IP was, but like they had the same property, they had the same thing. Yeah. I probably should have thought of what Happy Meals that were good in the past were and wrote them down. I mean, we've had some good examples. We can probably move on with our lives. I'll do the last. When did Burger King stop doing toys? Maybe if McDo had competition, there would be better quality. Yeah. Burger King is still doing toys. I got one. You wait there, chat. I'll go get it. I'll go get it in another room. I'll be back in a second. Aye, so Burger King is still doing toys. I think they're in a worse state than McDonald's. I think that's overall for the company. I don't hear McDonald's doing that well either. I keep hearing rumblings of McDonald's failing a bit, which is weird to say because there's like this massive omnicidal corporation. But Burger King did Power Rangers toys semi-recently. I want to say last year, if not the year before. You can see that they've gone down the Funko Pop route, bobbly heads, and like not in a tasteful way. It's like a very untasteful bobbly head, but it's got some hollowness. It's got some hollowness in here. You're gonna have to trust me about that. Also, these aren't just the current Power Rangers as you expect it to be. These are like Mighty Morphin. They specifically went for the 90s nostalgia market with these bad boys. Beautiful Joe vibes, yes. Like the big head, bobbly head, Funko Pop looking superhero Sentai lads. If you've not played Beautiful Joe, that is a beautiful, beautiful game. I still haven't finished 2. There was a second one. There was a Xenomorph level that there was like a puzzle. We'll have to play it. I feel like McDo do okay internationally, but a lot of their American restaurants underperform because there's so many of them. That's probably true. I imagine Trump's helped them out this week. Beautiful is solid. Beautiful Joe 1 is a fantastic game. It's everything that I love in a game, basically. It's like Sentai movie weirdness in a side-scrolling beat-up. That was Platinum, or like Clover, I believe they were called then, or Clover turned into Platinum. Platinum being an incredible games company. So hard. It was rock solid. Was Beautiful Joe. Like I say, I've not beaten 2. I really want to beat 2 because there's the ending to 1 is like my kind of mecha jam. But I hear the ending to 2 is even more of a jam. So I don't know where the disc is. It's in the attic, is the disc. And it's not in a case, because it's in my big pile of discs. Because I just don't treat discs well. I put them in a big pile and like a big hamburger fist full of discs. So hopefully the disc, hopefully the disc is okay. It's probably sandwiched in between like pirate copies of Father Ted and like terrible films. Yes, I'm not very good for disc care. I've gotten better about it, I want to say. If anyone can dispute that, you can go ahead and dispute that. But I feel like I've gotten a wee bit better at disc care. I don't know why I'm bad at it. It's probably because it's a hassle. It's like 1% of a hassle to take care of discs, which is a hindrance to me. But this thing, it's got a karate chop. It does karate chop action. I've had opportunities to get the rest of the team, and I haven't taken them. Probably should have. I saw Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, in a charity shop in Cumbernauld, I want to say, and I could have got it. Sandwiched between multiple Ice Age films. Yes. Are you saying that, chat, because you know that I don't like Ice Age films and I say they're pretty bad, or just do you think I have multiple Ice Age films? I probably do, to be honest. It wasn't that long ago that I was sandwiching those discs as well. Like I don't know what demon possessed me to do that, but I know we know you love Ice Age. Ice Age is pretty good. I just remember the first one not being the best thing in the. I'd rather be watching Shrek 2. Like, is my main memory. I remember sitting in geography, I want to say it is, and then like being forced to watch Ice Age 1 for the billionth time and being like, I just want to watch Shrek 2 because it's a banger. I wouldn't call Ice Age 1 necessarily a banger, but and I haven't seen the later ones that much, so that's a future endeavor for us. Burger King are still making kids' toys. They seem very, very weird about it. It's a sad banger. Is it sad? I remember it being fun. I remember it being funny. I don't remember it being sad. Is it sad? Did not know anything about Ice Age. Is that why I'm being negative about it, I guess? But I'm just doing this karate chop down here. That's what's happening. I forgot what I was talking about. You'll love the other ones. We'll do a marathon. We'll do a marathon of the Ice Age. I'll go to the Kex shop, the Sex shop, the CEX shop, the Computer Exchange shop. Goodness knows what they actually want it to be called. Simon Pegg, Buckminster, to be fair. Yeah, I do like a bit of the Peg. Peg me in for some Peg. What else? Simon Pegg, is Nick Frost in those films? You'd think they would, because like, is Ice Age still happening? Are they still making Ice Age films? Because it feels like they are. Maybe they've not made one for like 5 years, but at least feels like there was one every year for like a good chunk of this decade. Bring myself in closer. Yes, they're a bit shady about it, I want to say, Burger King. The last ones I saw were these, and there was like a SpongeBob Happy Meal for Burger King that I saw semi recently, and it was like dozens of them. It was like they were going the Adventure Time route with little blocky characters, but it was like you got your SpongeBob, your Squidward, your Patrick, your Mr. Krabs, and Sandy, I want to say. So you had like a set of them, you had a Ranger team. And then all the other ones were like duplicates. They took the same mold, but then applied the different characters' skins to that mold. So you had like the plastic toy of Mr. Krabs, but with like Squidward's skin grafted to it. It looked very, very, it was very cheap. Like very like just palette swappy, but like not thinking about the consequences. I still think about that, like Mr. Krabs, but with Squidward's flesh molded across it. It's really, and like they had a line of them that were all just like gold versions of them, so they were like the rare ones that they were hoping to entice kids back in. So clearly they'd done some research on like their Pokemon Gold things and how to get the youth onto it. But very strange, very strange. And there was like there was a Jurassic Park one they did semi recently as well that I feel like came out between Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So it wasn't like it was there to promote the film. It was just like 90s youths will remember Jurassic Park. And I feel like it was like a dinosaur. It was like they were trying. They had dinosaur skeletons. And it didn't feel good. It didn't feel good, basically. Is your chair okay? It seems to be making noises. Yes, it needs some oil and some grease. If we get the Patreon up and running, that'll be the third thing. First thing is the first goal is to get a bulb to replace this bulb, and then the second goal is to get a bulb for the lamp that's over there, so we can have some contrast and light blasting me, so I don't look like a ghoul. And then the third or fourth or whatever one I was talking about is to get some oil. You got to integrate your like money making scheme into this somehow. So I wonder how loud is it, chat? Like how loud is the squeaks? Let me know. Is it distractingly loud? Is it off? We've lost a couple viewers. So is it down to the squeaks? I wonder, or is it down to me talking about Happy Meals? I've been putting this off. He says it's very loud, so I'm gonna like just remain straight. Like tied into like the Bond villain chair and not. Oh, I was sharing the vid with a friend. Oh, like, hello, thank you so much for sharing. We will become all consumed. The stream just won't end, and eventually everyone in the world will be sitting watching me reminisce about how Happy Meals were better back in the day. We're going to do the final Pokemon, because I'm sure someone is here for the Pokemon. I started this quest to get Pokemon because I specifically wanted the red dinosaur boy, because there was a part of my brain that was just awakened by him, and I was like, I need to have him. What does the chat say here? Top-notch LED lights in Lidl. Lidl DD. I got a makeup light with a fade setting. Would recommend. That's a hot tip. I do like a Lidl, and I like a little wee shop down the man aisles in Lidl with them. Because you've got all your food in Lidl, all your German, East European, from somewhere food. It's good value. If Lidl wants to sponsor this, just send me pallets of beans. Brexit's a coming, and I would appreciate that so much. I will shill for you, Lidl. I will go, like, I'm already planning a beans video where I talk about how your beans are 23p, and that's probably the best value on the market currently. And we will all need beans, because that will be the currency after Brexit Day. But yes. We'll do the Pokemon card first. There was one Pokemon in this set that I talked about at the start of the video that no one was here for, so you won't remember. But I wanted to get him. And we'll look at him in a second. But we got Pokemon cards. Got a Pokemon card first. We've already opened the packet because it was the one I wanted, so we tore into it. We got Growlithe. Let's see if we can get a good... there we go. Look at that art. Look how chonky he is. He's ridiculously cute. He knows Takedown, and that costs 1 fire and 2 colorless to do Takedown, And this Pokemon does 20 damage to itself. Because he takes the guy down so hard, it hurts him as well. He's the puppy Pokemon. All of these things are great. Like Slowpoke that we got. I didn't know he was the dopey Pokemon. Like that makes sense, but this is a good like this. Like look at this vibe. Look at that. Like look at that hand. That is a hand. Like you go out and you buy your Pokemon booster nowadays, and it's just some shapes and some madness. That's not a vibe. Your boys, your lads, the squad. That's a vibe. Growlithe. What is Growlithe? He's weak to water, which is a bit of a shocker. He's resistant to nothing, and he costs 2 colorless to retreat, which I imagine's a mechanic in Pokemon where you take your Pokemon back. He's number 58. Are these things you want to know? I'll just like reading them out. His description is great. It's both clever and loyal, but if a stranger is to invade its territory, it barks threateningly. He's such a good boy. I should try not to get hooked into Pokemon cards. Doing this and like doing the shuffle and feeling it is getting the old brain reacting, and it does make me want to get into the old cardboard crack again. I'll try and stop that. If you send me billions of Happy Meal toys, that'll be great because I'll also get the cards, and then maybe we'll do something with that. But yeah, I went to the other McDonald's. There's 2 McDonald's nearby. I went to the other one, not the one of my youth, the newish one. I say newish, it's probably been about 20 years. The newish one to me. And I went in and I did my thing. I was like, hello, bit of a weird one, but can I buy the Happy Meal things separately, please? And they were like, yeah, you can. And I was like, oh, good. Do you have the red dinosaur fella? Bit of a tactic there. You don't say Groudon. You don't say Groudon because like they don't know what that is. The person serving seemed to know their stuff though. They were younger. They probably played Pokemon Go. They probably played Pokemon to be honest. So they seemed to know what they were doing. And then they were lovely. They had a rake through all of the bins. It wasn't just the one behind them. They had a look through the one behind them and they like just dived in and just like tore through it and like picking them up. And I could see on the top that it was all the Thunder lads, the guys that look like Stans from JoJo's. It was all these guys, and I don't care about them. I probably won't even end up getting them in this quest. But it was all them. I was like, I'll get one. Like it's 99p. I've got like £1 on me. I'll get one. But like they're like raking, and they're like pulling out drawers because there's like multiple drawers because this is like a better McDonald's where it has more stuff, and it clearly had like a bigger like trough of Happy Meal toys, and they pulled it out, and they were like 1 second, and then they like went over to the drive-through bit, which has its own trough. Apparently, I didn't know this, but it makes sense. But it has its own trough, and they pulled it out. They pulled it out, and they looked in it for ages, and they brought me my boy. Look at this wee Godzilla bastard. Look at him. He's the best one. I mean, I've not got Palkia yet, and Palkia does look like a cracking wee angel dragon, but look at this. Look at the claws. Look at him loom at you. Look at that tail. Look at it. He's a guy. Like, he works on the guy formula. He's a toy. He's a thing. Like, his wee legs move. Like, you can do stuff with that. That's a 90s standard Happy Meal toy. Yes, that is true. Damage Order says, dem claws, dem spikes. Look at those tail spikes. Look at that. It's something about the flat tail, if I'm honest. Something about the tail got me in to getting this guy. Having gotten him now, I kind of don't want to get the rest. I'll find Palkia just to complete the duology. His little action gimmick is a wee bit intrusive because he's got a wee nub on his back, which, you know, in the best of worlds, it wouldn't have, but it's fine. And his wee gimmick is he does this. He's got a mouth. So you can have him like romp him, stomp him up to a city, and then do his like his nuclear breath. He goes, and you can do like talking and stuff. But specifically for man-eats, it's nuclear breath because he's Godzilla and he just rocks up. And he goes, play. My friend says you made him laugh. Well, that fills my heart with joy. It gives me a valid feelings of satisfaction. One knock against him is that his hand didn't move. I'm sure with some light Happy Meal hacks, we could probably make his hands move, but I don't want to break this one just yet. Or at all, really. He also has the best eyes. Look at that. Like, imagine those eyes, but on a good camera and good lighting. Like, it looks great. He does a romp-em stomp-em. He's everything you want in a wee Happy Meal toy. Shout out to Gilderoy. Thanks, Gilderoy. I enjoyed that you laughed. Mine's is a cheeseburger. Okay, so David McInnes, and you can see the chat. I don't know why it's bad reading out names. David says, I've said it now. David says, fave Happy Meal item. Or is it McDonald's item? Fave Happy Meal item. I really like the wraps. That's a hack. Get into the wraps. The wraps at McDonald's. We had a buffalo one recently that was hotter than the sun. Had much hotter than it had any right to be. I know it was spicy, and I know it probably advertised the fact that it was spicy. I didn't notice that. But it was just so hot. This wasn't in the Happy Meal. This was like one of the wraps of the day. It was the buffalo wrap. It was tasty, and I ate it through tears, but it made other things spicy. You would eat chips with it after eating it, and it made them spicy. It's not the hottest thing I've ever eaten. That honor goes to the pizza that I had in Big Stenhouse Muir Asda. There was a pizza, and it was a free pizza. They were at the desk. They were at the deli bit, and they were like, "Oh, do you want some pizza? Some pizza tasters for yourself?" And I was like, "Yes, it's a free thing. Use the free thing." And it was the hottest thing I've ever eaten, and like, that's fine. See if you're going out for spice and you get it, and it's like that's fine. You don't expect it when you're getting a free slice of pizza off the Asda deli counter. I had to get a Kinder Bueno. I discovered Kinder Bueno bars through the pain of eating that pizza. I was uncomfortable. I was near tears with that pizza. I don't know what they did. I'm sure that's probably not what they meant to do. Maybe because it was assuming they made it there, or they reheated it there or something. But I cannot describe to you the uncomfortableness of that one slice of pizza that I had. Well, why would they do that? I had trouble with it, and I quite like spicy things. What happens to the wee granny that goes past and takes a bit of pizza for free? They're probably going to die. It's concerning. It's honestly concerning. I cannot condone it. Fave Happy Meal item mine is the cheeseburger. Yes, I often don't get cheese on my. You know how you can do it on the eye. You can get cheese taken off and just get a hamburger. It's weird, but you can do it. You can definitely do it. Yes, I probably ran out of steam on things to say. What's your favorite Happy Meal item, chat? Let me know in the chat, because the chat's working now, and I'm pretty happy with that. It was very dumb of me not to know that I had to change it from top chat to live chat. Live chat does seem like the better option, to be honest. I'm pretty chuffed that all of this has gone in there. It's been a good stream. It's been a good stream. The other thing I wanted to say, I've never had a Happy Meal. That's not what I wanted to say. That's what the chat's saying. I've never had a Happy Meal. Forgive me. You're missing out. If anything, I hope this stream convinces you to get a Happy Meal. Probably not a good practice to start, in all honesty. It is the demon. The demon will get inside of you. It's not very healthy. It's probably aggressively anti-healthy. But like I say, you can just buy the toys. You can go up to the counter and ask for the toys separately. It's 99p. The Happy Meal is a vibe if you just want a cheap random thing from McDonald's. I don't remember the Fairy Beyblade toy thing. I don't remember any others. Dammy Dodger, what's your favorite food item on the Happy Meal? Did you get like nugs or the burger or the juice that we didn't get when we went and got the one that we got because they forgot to give us the juice? I don't really. I like the wrap. The wrap is great. The wrap is the future. Like it's cool that you can get a Happy Meal that just has a wee wrap in it, and it's a tasty wee wrap. It's a wee thing, but it's for bairns. So not that into McDo. That's right. More of a Burger King person, would you say, or more of a Wimpy person? Did Wimpy do? I've never actually been to a Wimpy while sentient. To be honest, I might have been in one as a bairn. But did Wimpy do Happy Meals? That's a complete blind spot. My fave item is the gherkin relish on the burger. Yes. Big yes to that. Kind of like that. There's a wee button here. No. I could put you in a timeout. I just found out in the options there, but I can't like what you said. I'm just going to type. Wait. We're going to type. There we go. We've typed that. Yeah, I could put you in a timeout, that's good powers to know. I can also name moderators, which might be something to get into. In Japan, Happy Meals are happy sets. Yes. You told me that before. I wanted to adopt that into my repertoire. I wanted to add that to my repertoire and then failed to do that. Happy sets is a much better term. This happy set has made me happy. It has set me into happiness. I was hoping that wordplay would work out better there, but it was a failure. Happy set. Yes, that was the other thing. In America right now, it's different Happy Meals, and I'm pretty sure just American Happy Meals are just better and have been better and have sustained better. I remember when I went to America in the 2000s, and I remember being blown away. I went to this, it was in Florida, and there was this McDonald's that had an arcade under it. It was like, the ground floor was the ordering place, and upstairs was where you ate, but also downstairs had this giant arcade. And I remember sitting in there and playing the Star Wars arcade game where you had the joystick that did lightsaber stuff and flew planes. And there was a pod racer one as well. But I remember being blown away because the Happy Meal at the time was Bionicle. And I knew for a fact that the Happy Meal in Britain, because I had one at the airport, this is just me revealing my unhealthy lifestyle. The Happy Meal at the airport was definitely not Bionicle, and there was no trace of it going to be Bionicle. And when I got back, it still was the one that was before. So that was my awakening to the knowledge that the American ones were different. Also, the Bionicle one was amazing. It was like leaps and bounds beyond what we get and got at the time. Even from the better like Happy Meals from the 90s and that. It was like a full guy. Like it was a full like Bionicle. It wasn't like a construction toy, and it was like a wee action figure thing. But it was like a full. He had a gimmick, but it wasn't intrusive, and like you could move about. And I just remember being actively blown away by that. Japan's are different as well, and I feel like Japan. I don't know if these are the same ones that they get in Japan, but they're definitely getting on for it because these ones have a much better quality than your recent Happy Meals, and it's probably down to them either being just, I guess, imports of those Japanese toys, or like they took the designs and made them a bit cheaper, but still kind of retained the designs. So yes, that's a big dream. Go to Japan, get a happy set. Hopefully it's like Ultraman or Kamen Rider or something very like Japan specific. And also try out the mad Japanese menus at McDonald's. Big dreams with little small dreams in them. I don't have that much more to talk about. Chat, I'm afraid, unless you can like spur me on with questions and chat. I feel like I've run out of things this video. I was keeping myself going by not doing Groudon for the longest time, so I could just keep talking. Like, shall we rate them? Shall we rate them from like 1 to 4? Right. Because people haven't been watching this whole time. At number 4, I'm going to put this guy, the swoopy bird Pokemon. Remember the charity donation buckets? Did they have the sad child in our McDonald's? Do you remember, David? Oh, you put a coin? Yes, absolutely. That was part of the vibe of going to McDonald's. You got your penny. or your 2p or your 10p or whatever, and you put it in the thing, and it was like a wee hypno thing, and it went round and round and round and round and in. And yes, I would complete that. When we make our VR world, our perfect VR 90s utopia, that's definitely going to have to be in there. So, all right, number 4. We've got bird Pokemon. I cannot remember his name. It's probably written on one of these things. I believe I threw it on the floor. So, oh no, is this it here? Latias, yes, the Lattice Works Pokemon. Latias. Latias is number 4. It's not as good as the other ones. Fair enough. This is where it gets tricky, though, because spoilers for that one. But number 2 and number 3 would have to go to these lads. Both blue, both of the blue lads from their respective games, blue legendaries. It's a hard one because I have a thing with Pokemon where, like, if they don't have limbs, like divine human limbs, if they're not like bipedal and have arms, I don't like them as much because I'm specifically limist. And these people, this is like a quadruped and a fish. He does have wee fingers though, so you know he gets points there. And like I really love his gimmick, and I'm a wee bit more into the legendary in general. But this one's a time traveler. This one's like literally like a time lord, and I kind of like the toy a wee bit more. I want to say it's something about the crest. The crest is cracking. Time travel and this like manly chest barnacle that he's got. I quite like it. So I think I'll do him as 3. Cracking chest. It's great. Like here's a wee close up of his chest. Look at that. It's like he's got chest hair that's like fossilized and then like developed a gem in the middle of. It's incredible. I mean, I suppose you could do that as a Time Lord. You could just have chest hair that like gets barnacle-y for thousands of years, and he's fine with it. And then it just like, I was going to say spurts out, but we're not going to talk about spurting again. Like it like bursts out. He has the physiology of a whale, not a fish. Can't let that pass, Saurus. That yes, I feel like you're a marine biologist. Yes, and yes. But also, is he a whale in Pokemon? Is he the whale Pokemon? Is James here? I've got an official Pokemon annunciator. He's like a fish boy. Like he's a whaleman. Oh, whale. Oh, whale. I'm just not going to cause trouble. We'll say he's a whale, and he's in 3rd place. Meek left hours ago. That's true. James did leave hours ago. I was hoping by just saying his name that he'd come back. He's 3, which is a shocker because I didn't want him. But there's something about him that I like a little bit more than him. So 3, 2, and then no surprises for 1. That seems pretty good. These guys also just like look cool together. Like, look at that. Look at these guys. You can have like, you can like headbang and like, you know, toys. This is the toy channel. I feel like you still get those spinny things in shops. I feel like you get them occasionally in charity shops, which probably means they don't exist in proper shops. They do look great. Like it was one of the things that attracted me to these Happy Meals was that they looked better than your average Happy Meal. I don't think I have any examples of crappy Happy Meals about. I think it's in a box somewhere. I've mainly got the Transformers over there. But yeah. I hope they do it again, but I also hope that they get out of the cycle of just doing Pokemon books, Lego, and then there's like another thing they do. They just loop around the same things throughout the year, and it's like I feel like Adventure Time was in there, but Adventure Time's kind of finished now, so it's hard to tell, to be honest. But that's people outside, and I'm like, oh, there's people outside. I hope they don't hear me talking about Happy Meals, because again, no shame, but aye, damn youths, students! I'll shake my fists at them. Off. Like, it's 10:30 at night. People should be in their bed / making YouTube videos. I basically don't want to stop because I'm having such a good time. Chat's good. Chat's happening. We've got so many viewers. Like this video, if you could, for me, because that helps us get in your upper road, upper road. Do you mean that about myself, Damage Order 1, or do you mean that about the students? That should be in their bed. They're just talking. I don't know if they're talking about me. It's 10:30. Get in your bed. It's 10:30. Do you know what your students are? You probably don't. You probably don't have to interact on that. I wonder if you can hear me muttering. This will be a good feedback section of the feed. How is the audio on me talking? Can you understand all of the words I'm saying, or most of the words, or some of them, or none at all? Also, how loud is the creaking when I creak about? How loud is the squeaking when I squeak about? And can you hear me like opening and closing doors with my feet? Because that's what I've been doing. It's a nervous tick. The audio is significantly better than the lighting. Yes, well, that's the point. We're going to raise money via the Patreon for, like, our first stretch goal is bulb 1. Bulb 1 is going to go up there. We're going to have better lighting. It's going to be a better bulb. That one's been in there forever, so it's pretty dull. I can see that I look like a ghoul, and I have such an obsession with things looking non-aesthetic that I'm totally fine with that. Stretch goal 2 is going to be a secondary bulb that we're going to put in the wee lamp. Our roommate left us a lamp, but like a monster, he took the bulb from it. I don't really know who does that. I don't know why he needed to take the bulb specifically. It was kind of vindictive, I want to say, really. Love him, but I don't know why he took the bulb. I don't know if he's even using that bulb currently. I think it was just to spite us, to be honest. Just to spite my toy photography, I really want to say. I don't know if he took the bulb. I'm just imagining that he did. He probably took the bulb, didn't he? Probably took the bulb. But, yeah. And then stretch goal 3 was going to be something. What was that going to be? It was going to be a bulb, and then something. Do you remember what stretch... People have been watching the stream. Do you remember what my third stretch goal was? Was it audio? It was something. WD4. Oh, yeah, for the squeaky chair. Yes. So that's going to be our 3 stretch goals. Once we... Because the Craig's Girthy Toys Patreon exists. I don't know if you can search for it if you get on Patreon. But there was a squeak there. I'm gonna go see what that squeak was about. Maybe like some sort of deadly squeak for all we know. Bear with us. No, it was just a creature. We're fine. We're not dead. We're definitely not dead. So if we look at the chat, what were we saying? WD-40, audio significantly better. Rude. What's rude? Double O, rude. Yes, but don't mutter anyway. Yes, I will not mutter anyway. I will pronounce my demon summoning words perfectly. I will do the YouTube accent, the Ewan McGregor. I will do a Ewan McGregor style accent. Is that how Ewan McGregor talks? Grant Morrison did a thing once where he was like talking at a thing, and he's very Scotch, and he's like, I'll do my Ewan McGregor accent too, so you can understand what I am saying. Demon summoning, yes, YouTubers, it's a belief of mine that big YouTubers are trying to summon demons via their pronunciation of words. I don't think it's something you can unsee. Go watch a big YouTube video and you'll see it. You'll see that they are saying words in such a way that, you know, it's probably easy for people to understand, but also, you know what they're doing. They're summoning the demons, specifically the demons. Spell it with an A. Yeah, we're just nudging it a wee bit. I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying not to nudge it, but probably not working. Right, where were we? WD-40. Aye, that's the third stretch goal. If you can think of any other stretch goals for me, that would be handy, because when I was doing the Patreon, I was filling in the stretch goal stuff, and I was like, I don't know, we'll do podcasts. If you give us money, like give us money, and we'll do extra podcasts. Summoning demons is a big problem for biologists. Too many Latin names to mispronounce. Yeah. Demons also have like guy names, like I don't really know much about demons. I like to say demon summoning, but because like summoning demons is I feel like something big YouTubers are into. Like I'll investigate it here because I'm on the YouTube now. I'll do some like sleuthing about and I'll speak to them. Gary, Gary, big Gaz the demon. You're right, Gaz, Gazer, Gazzy, Gazman, Gazer. Hey, big Gaz seems like a lad. I can never remember if demons or devils. Devils are worse, I want to say, because there's definite difference between devils and demons, and we know this because of D&D. They're specifically different creatures. I feel like demons are lawful evil, and devils are like chaotic evil, or something like that. So like they're both quite bad for you, but I feel like the devils are worse. I ran that by our DM recently, and I feel like he was like, no, they're both pretty bad. But I have this feeling that like demons are more, I don't want to say more lads than devils, but getting on for it. Definitely getting on for it. Devils are like, they're just evil. They're just evil and different from demons. Do we have any McDonald's or Happy Meal or Pokemon related chat? Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu is a hell of a game. I recommend you get it if you've got a Switch. It's probably infuriating if you're more into the harder metagame stuff of Pokemon, but also like it lays more of that bare because you get to see what IVs are and stuff. So like I don't know, let me know if you know that. Let us know. Phone in. I want to do like a phone in feature actually, because I can get my phone and then like I can put it on speaker and then people can just like phone in and I'll talk to them on the show. Like eventually this will just be Partridge. Like this is the dream. Like we will just get to the point where this is just Partridge, like to like just a painful degree. I'd phone in, right? Let me get my phone, and you can do a phone in. All right, we've got the phone. I'll put it on the hook. The next goal for the channel should be making sure you have all the things in one room. No, no, no. I want to say that's a good line, but this is a spare room. This is where dreams happen. I keep all of my other stuff in the pantry. I don't keep the phone in the pantry, but maybe I can get into that. I've got some clackers here. Shall I play with some clackers? Got these like. How is that on the audio? Does that sound good? Phone lines are open. Call in if you've got any hot questions. I suppose I should like pose the question. How do you feel about demon summoning? Yay or nay? Would you rather summon a devil or a demon? And if so, why so? A pantry. It's not really a fancy pantry. The only person I know that doesn't keep their phone on them. Well, I don't have any pockets right now. I'm wearing my gym jams. Normally they do have pockets because I'm a man and we are afforded that privilege. But these ones don't have pockets on them. Sounds great and doesn't hurt at all. I don't know where the mic is, to be honest. I don't know where the mic is on. It's like under the keyboard, so They're inside out. I might start hiccuping. These jammies do. This is a plot twist. These jammies apparently, they do. They do have pockets. Sorry about that. That was a lie. That was an active lie. I don't know what to say really. Yay, men. Go, men. Thanks, Jammy Dodger. I don't know if I would keep my phone, to be honest, in my jammy pockets. Like, it's too thin a material to really like contain the phone. Which, you know, phone lines are open if you want to phone in. I should probably pose a better question than if you're pro demon and or devil summoning. How do you feel about things? Do you like things? Are you pro thing? Are you pro the Thing from Marvel? He's a bit of a lad. Jewish, I hear, as well. He's like a golem from Jewish mythology. You know, there's a wee bit of culture behind the creation of those superheroes. Yeah. This stream is almost 2 hours long, and we've kind of gone beyond our original remit, but I basically did want to hang out for a bit, and this has been a cracker of a hangout. I hope you've all been enjoying it. On the fence about things. Many things are okay, but many things are not so okay. That seems about right. Earlier on, I was describing most things as being quite nightmarish because I didn't get any toys in cereal. Cracking, mate. You're right, mate. It is cracking. I'm flagging. I'm definitely flagging. If you want to like phone in, I'm not desperate for it, but if you want to phone in, you can phone in. The number is not available because it's my phone number. I'm not giving that out on the internet. Which seems like a reasonable thing to say, I want to say. I don't think I'll get a lot of heat back for that. That's me just nudging the desk with my knee. I imagine this whole setup is very precariously set up on the desks, to be honest. I imagine it'll all fall apart with one or two more nudges. That thing back there is going to come down in the middle of a video. I know it. It's like it's two units, and I've just put them together. And that big one's not even meant to be a bookcase, and it's got so much stuff on it that I imagine. What is the phone in about? Right. What is that's the thing. I've not thought about it. I mean, if I could think about it, I could probably do a good phone in. Right. What's the best Pokemon? Right. Phone in. Let us know your opinion on the best Pokemon. I'm getting suggestions for beans, but we'll do that afterwards. Right now, for this hot second, what is the best and best Pokemon? What is the best and potentially cutest, if that's your thing, or strongest or most interesting Pokemon? Lines are open. I'll keep talking. You can phone in about beans if you want. Do you have strong opinions on beans? I bloody love beans. I've been meaning to fry some beans. Oh. We've got a caller. I'm going to put you on speaker. Right, let's see your speaker. Oh, you're on the Girthcast, caller.
Hello.
Hello. How's yourself?
Fine.
Where are you calling from today?
The sofa.
You calling from the sofa? Oh, is the weather nice there, the new?
It's warm.
It's warm. How's the traffic where you are? Is it bad traffic?
It's a sofa.
It's a sofa. How we're talking about Pokemon today. Do you have a favorite Pokemon or a Pokemon you think is best? And are those two different things?
I have a few favorites.
Name them.
I like Caterpie.
Caterpie is good. Caterpie.
Raichu.
Raichu.
And Farfetch'd.
What do you like about Raichu?
Raichu's like it's like Pikachu, but like on another level, you know.
It's a girthier Pikachu, isn't it?
It's the lesser known Pikachu almost.
Yeah, like Pikachu gets all the love because he's like the franchise's hot boy. Like he's the face.
Also, just really like how Raichu's like more orange than yellow.
Aye, he's quite pleasing. I've always liked his browny blacky bits on him.
Yeah.
Like I think it's quite edgy for a Pokemon and for
I like
Pikachu.
a lot of bug Pokemon.
Aye, do you like the original bug Pokemon? Would you say? Do you like the Butterfrees of the world, or?
Yeah, I like Venonat's super cute. He's just like a big purple puffball.
Venonat is one of those Pokemon that I continually forget that exists. See, Venonat and Tangela, those are like in my mind drinking buddies that have never existed, and every time I see them, I'm like, oh yeah, those guys. Are they related? Does Venonat evolve into Tangela? And then I'm like, no, they're just separate.
Venonat evolves into Venomoth.
Venom.
He's also pretty cute.
I'm big into Venomoth because of Twitch playing Pokemon, and that time that all-terrain Venomoth like took down a Dragonite or whatever it was. That was a hot time to be alive.
Paras. I like Paras.
Oh, Paras is good. Bug. He's got googly eyes.
Yeah, he's really cute. Parasect as well. Yeah, there's a lot of cute Pokemon.
How do you feel about Swolebug? Do you have strong feelings on Swolebug?
I can't really remember who that is.
Swolebug is a lovely fellow. He's a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure looking bastard, but he's also a bug. He's like a swole bug. Like he's like buff, but a mosquito. He's from Aloha. He's from Sun and Moon.
Wasn't that Swoleby?
I want to call him Swolebug. Like he was a swole bug. Old Swolebug. Swolebuggy.
Okay.
So do you have, what Pokemon would you say is best then? If you had to be completely objective and not take any of your biases or favorites into account and just be an objective observer god, which Pokemon would you say is best?
Best in what way though?
Best. In all categories, best.
Seems like it's just a big decision, you know.
It's a big thing to commit to, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would say Geodude, if I'm honest. Geodude is the best Pokemon. Geodude. See, when you look at Geodude, right? He looks like a Pokemon. Like there's no even if you didn't know Pokemon and you're just like some da that vaguely knew about it, you'd look at Geodude and you go, "Is that one of them Digimon?" Like it's got that quality to it. He also he's also so good that he goes beyond my hatred of people that don't have limbs, or Pokemon that don't have limbs, I should say, because he doesn't have legs, but he makes it work. Like Geodude has so much personality in his 2 arms and a coconut head that I have to say he's the best Pokemon. I'm sure Pokemon experts would disagree, but he's my contender in that ring.
I understand that.
And then
I do love Farfetch'd.
Farfetch'd is good. I've come to like Farfetch'd a lot more in later life. Farfetch'd is grown on me. As has like Lickitung and what's he called? Tangela. I love Tangela. Tangela's such a weird oddity. Tangela doesn't evolve, does he?
Yeah, Tangela is weird.
Does he have like a late? Did they give him
he
like
doesn't have an evolution form, no.
Did they give him one though? Is he one of those boys that got like a super Tangela later on, like Magnemite and Magmar and that?
I don't think so.
Is that just a fever dream I had?
Just a Tangela.
Well, while we've got you here, listener, what was your name again? Because we know you're from the couch, but
Dammy Dodger.
Oh, Dammy! Oh, you're Dammy Dodger. You're in the chat. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Big Dammy from the couch. While we've got you here, do you have any strong appealings? Strong appealings. I'm gonna have a wee sip of water and regain my brain. Do you have any strong feelings on beans?
Beans?
Beans. Baked beans, I want to say. It was a suggestion from the chat for the call-in. We're going to do Pokemon, but we've also got beans. Do you have any strong feelings on beans?
I think beans are quite useful in cooking, and you can also just have them on their own or with toast. So, I quite like some baked beans sometimes.
Do you have a favourite bean-based dish?
Probably either, like, I like a chili with beans in it.
Oh, that is good. That is good, yeah.
But if you want to really taste the beans on their own, I quite like a baked potato with beans and cheese.
Oh, yes. Would you get... I would want tuna in with that, but is that like a step too far?
Yeah, I like to have all three. It's a holy grail.
I was criticised for that one. I told someone about it, and they scolded me. They slapped me across the face with their ring finger, and it left an indent that's still there that you cannot see because of the shadow. It's a covering shadow, but it also left a very emotional wound that never really healed. And now every time that I think about having the holy trinity of beans, potato, and tuna, I get a wee bit sad inside. A wee bit sad.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a wee bit of a downer for me now, really. It's
I and I'm sure many others support you.
It's going to be a long road to recovery, I think. Would you ever, if you got a champagne glass, would you fill it with beans and then drink from it?
No.
Would it make a difference if would you say that the thing that's not appealing about that is that you can see the beans? If it was like a champagne glass, but it was like, say, opaque blue and you couldn't see the beans, would you still drink from it or not drink from it?
I mean, if I could, and I'd be fine. It's not like it would make me really sick, but I wouldn't choose to do it.
Well, if you had it like I say, it was a nice side, it was a wee chaser for you for your next meal. Like you had it ahead of something, a wee slurp of the beans.
I definitely wouldn't choose to do it. No. If I was getting paid to do it, I would absolutely do it.
It's something that you could do.
It's something I could do.
That's good. That's good. I don't know if I feel like I could, but I feel like that's just spurred on for like nostalgia about see-through things from the noughties. I don't know why it crept into my mind, but when thinking about beans, that's kind of where my brain went, really. In a bean-based economy, Dammy Dodger, right? This is my final question to you. See post-Brexit, see on B-Day when the pound is no longer currency and we have to rely on bartering, and obviously on Bean Day, it's going to be beans, right? How would you go about doling out that currency? Would you say that a can of beans itself is like worth £1 or whatever, or would you say that like each individual bean is the currency? Is that how we do the pennies in this system? And is that necessary? Do you think, or do you think that's a step too far?
I'm really not an expert on economy, economics, whatever the term is.
Economics.
So I don't really feel comfortable in my expertise with this question, but I can definitely see the baked bean currency thing happening.
Say it's post Bean Day. You're out in the bean fields toiling away because the only job post Bean Day is harvesting beans. How much would you want to be paid per day in beans? Would a can be enough, or would you rise up and demand 2 cans per day?
I don't think I could live off a can of beans a day.
A can of beans a day, though, post Brexit, like.
I guess I could, but I'd be pretty hungry.
I think I will get into the practice of I will harvest beans post Bean Day. I'll have my own wee bean patch, but I will get little cocktail sticks, and I will scatter them around my territory, and then I will impale beans onto the end of the cocktail sticks to ward off potential rivals, and they'll know that I mean business because like I have mutilated the beans, the precious bean god. Basically, I think that in 2 months' time, a lot of life will be very bean-based.
Right.
I think that drinking from a bean, like, would it be different if it was like the Holy Grail? Would you drink beans from the Holy Grail? Like it's a chalice.
Eternal youth. I mean,
it's a carpenter's cup. It's like the Last Crusade, where it's not a very ostentatious cup. It's mainly like a kind of, imagine like a cardboard tube but full of beans. Would you drink from that?
No.
Right. What would you drink beans from? I'm drawing blanks here because I've got like, you know.
I wouldn't drink beans. You know how you might not know how I feel. I don't feel great about drinking food, even if it's like semi-liquid or liquid. I have a real problem with drinking soup.
Right, that's problematic for Bean Day, because that'll be the main beverage post Bean Day. Really, is beans.
Like I can eat soup with a spoon, but for some reason, when it comes to drinking it outright, like out of a cup, I really struggle.
Right. So a cup of soups are not good for you then.
Yeah.
But could you consume a cup of soup from a see-through wine chalice if the see-through wine chalice was bowl-shaped? No, not even if you were given a spoon.
I would eat it with a spoon, yeah.
Would you eat the beans from the glass chalice if you were provided with a spoon?
Yes.
Interesting. This is all good market research for my next few ventures, to be fair. Thanks for calling in. This has been good. I've enjoyed that. You've been our first caller to the show ever. I hope that makes you feel good.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure having you, Damage Dodger. Well, someone else in the chat's looking to call in, so we'll probably throw to them in a hot second. Thanks for calling.
Okay.
Bye. Thanks for being on the show.
Bye.
End. Well, that was a good call. That was our first call. I think the battery's running out on the phone, so I might have to go get the charger. We got 9%. The phone's making a song and dance. It's like booping away, being like battery critically low. We have 9%. That is enough for a caller. I believe someone else is trying to call in, so lines are open again. I'm going to try and think of questions, I suppose. I don't know. Let's look at the chat. What is the phone about? Beans. Yeah, some of the next caller. I disagree with your tatty and beans and tuna choice, but will not hit you for it. Well, this person didn't. I suppose I said they actually physically hated me. That'd probably be a lie. But it was an emotional hit. Definitely, it felt like an emotional ring. See the impact crater. Like it's definitely there. I don't know. What's your thoughts and feelings on things? I don't know. I keep going back to that as a question. We've got a caller. I'm going to answer. Where's the speaker button? Hello, speaker. You probably need to turn off the stream because it'll be infinite loops. Hello. What's your name, caller, and where are you calling from?
I'm David from Stirling.
David from Stirling, a local boy. Nice to have you on the show.
I've got a wee bit of sore throat, but I'm fine.
All right, I'm just gonna look at the chat a wee sec because something's happening here. All right, ask the next caller what the perfect collection of baked tatty toppings is. What is your perfect collection of baked tatty toppings?
The correct answers are tuna, mayonnaise, and cheese.
Cheese, Gromit. How did we forget about cheese? We bloody love cheese in this household. We don't go a day. I've started making a cheese sauce of late. My girlfriend showed me how to do it, and I feel like I've improved / made the formula worse by adding multiple different types of cheese to cheese sauce. We get a cream, and then I just basically lop bits of cheese into it and melt it in a pot.
Yeah, see, I'm more a fan of just a one cheese. I kind of like when sometimes you get 4 cheese stuff, it goes kind of funky.
Let me talk you through it. So cheddar, blocks of cheddar, the orange stuff, Wookie whole cheese we've been putting in there. Some sort of like smoky, spicy cheese that's on the turn, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, not on the turn.
It's kind of on the turn, but it's fine. It's fine. Applewood. The chat is saying Applewood cheese. I don't know if it is.
Applewood is a good choice.
Applewood, and for a wee bit of novelty, I like to throw in there shredded bits of American cheese. I've got like
American cheese is very good.
I've got it for burgers, but I've just taken to shredding it up. So it's Applewood, Red Leicester, thingy, American cheese, and Wookie whole. And I like to melt it together and then, for a wee bit of fun, douse it in cumin.
Excellent.
It makes a hell of a cheese sauce. Like, you can put that on literally anything and you just eat it up. I got a question for you. Would you drink that cheese sauce from a see-through wine chalice?
Sure. I don't think I'd like to be able to have the whole glass, or give a sip of it.
I could make it runny for you, or I could make it thick for you.
I probably prefer it to be thick, because I like
Really?
the thin cheese. Yeah, like I don't like a thin cheese sauce.
Gosh. That's it. We've got a new person in the chat, Andy Roo. I love Aaron cheddar with mustard seed. Your mouth will love you for the rest of your days. Gosh, that does sound pretty fancy.
You got a wee bit of mustard in your cheese sauce.
I haven't been doing that. We do that with mac and cheese, but for some reason I haven't even thinking about it with the cheese sauce.
Well, this is just I would do it with mac and cheese.
I'm fairly taken with cheese sauce because there is a passage in one of Alan Partridge's books that says it's impossible to make a cheese sauce. So anytime...
That's such an Alan Partridge thing, because it's really not. All you need to do is get like a wee roux together, like you get like your...
A roux!
And then you have like your whisk and your milk, and then when that's done, it thickens up, and then you add your cheese, that's it.
He tries to make a cheese sauce to go with these, like, he's going for a walk thing, so he's got 3 carbs. He's got pasta, rice, and like potatoes, and he wants the cheese sauce, but he's like, and because cheese sauce is impossible to make, he doesn't make the cheese sauce. So he just has
classical French cooking.
French, eh? I suppose.
That's a roux, I don't know.
I like to have it over pasta, so that's very Italian. So it's very, very continental and very much something we won't be able to have post Brexit.
Very true. I feel like most of our pasta is imported.
Aye, and like once that goes, like nobody in Scotland's going to sit down and make pasta. Like that's just not going to happen. There'll not be any pasta farms. So you say mayo, cheese, and what was the other thing? Tuna.
Like tuna mayonnaise and cheese.
Yeah. Do you put sweet corn in there?
No. I don't really like this. Like I don't hate it as much as I used to, but I still would rather it didn't have sweet corn in it.
Right. I've got one for you. Here's a classic phone in. What's your perfect pizza?
Like pepperoni, like just lots of pepperoni. Maybe some peppers, some onions.
What kind of peppers? What kind of onions?
Like green. I'm sure green peppers generally.
Really? I like a red one. Have you tried the orange ones?
No. Like for some reason I don't like. Was an orange pepper. Like how does that happen?
I don't know. It's probably like evolving between the yellow and like it's an intermediate form between the yellow one and the red one.
Yeah.
I asked that because I've got an orange pepper sitting in the kitchen. You get them from Tesco's, I want to say. Tesco's has them in their pepper packs, or Lidl's. Lidl's has them.
It's literally everywhere sells them. But the whole point is that like a red pepper is like a ripe pepper. That's like when they're unripe they're green, and then when they go ripe they're red. I don't know how like supermarkets manage it. So like they're selling like green peppers and red peppers. I just don't really know
how that's done. That's like arcane science.
Farming science. No one knows how it works.
Dammy Dodger says, yeah, they're the same, but go through the colours over time. That's true. We did some slow cooking today, and we put the peppers in with it, and they just dissolved. Like, they were gone. Like, I was like, there's peppers in this, and we were like, really? Because they just vanished. vanished into the ether. They were like dissolved into the soupy goodness of what we made. So you're saying you want loads of pepperoni, loads of onions and peppers?
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything fancy? Like, I thought you were like a kind of anchovy man, or like.
I mean, I like anchovies on a pizza. Like I don't know. Like I do like if I was having like a Pisano style pizza, then yeah, I'd want anchovies on it.
Pisano. I can remember Pisano now. You know how like I may have spoken to you in the past. You are just a random caller, but do you remember how I couldn't remember like the name Pisano for the longest time, and I had to keep asking people like, "What's that place called? What was that pizza place called?"
As a long-time listener and a first-time caller.
Oh yes, you got to say the thing. I'm so proud.
I always wanted to say that.
What would be your what's your perfect Sunday?
Ooh, like you probably like have like a bit of a lie-in, like wake up late, like have like a breakfast maybe, or maybe like a lunch.
Like a brunch.
Usually like a McDonald's or maybe like a wee cafe lunch.
Oh, maybe even a KFC or like a.
Like that kind of idea, and then you just like go home and then like chill for the rest of the day.
Aye, video games, TV, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel like I prefer like doing things on a Saturday and then not doing things on a Sunday. That's usually like that.
My ideal Sunday, the thing that it would hinge on, is having a recovery Monday.
If only.
I know, like it's the dream. I don't usually get it, but having that time off on a Monday, so you know that the Sunday's golden.
That would mean I would do like more exciting things on my Sunday.
It would make the Sunday more of a Saturday, wouldn't it?
It would, but the reason why you generally have like a lower key day on Sunday is because I got work the next day. So
Aye.
yeah.
It's definitely a day that you can show Doctor Who on is Sunday.
It is. It still feels kind of wrong though.
It feels weird. I wonder if it'll come back next season.
I think like Sunday's probably permanent. I don't know.
It's a good. I thought it was a good ratings day, but apparently those ratings were down. So who knows?
The ratings went hella down. I had like a massive drop off.
I'm going to copy a question now from broadcasting icon Jeremy Vine. Would you say, in your opinion, as an 87-year-old member of the Conservative Party, would you say that Enoch Powell was a racist?
Yes.
Right.
He was clearly a racist.
You wouldn't go on for like half an hour to describe the ways in which he definitely wasn't a racist.
No, it was thrown out of the Conservative Party at the time.
At the time?
Racist.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he got thrown out of the Tories and joined like the awesome Northern Irish Party.
Gosh.
Yep.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, like he delivered that speech. I forget. He delivered that speech, and it was controversial at the time.
Yep.
Shall we say?
Still is,
So,
potentially.
yeah. It's more like my point is it was controversial then.
Yeah. In a different time. Was it the 70s?
70s, yeah. Like he was sacked for it. Or I can't remember if it was that.
But basically sacked for it. Gosh. I feel like I should probably talk about funner things than Enoch Powell, but that's one of my biggest things in broadcasting was sitting in a charity shop listening to someone defend Enoch Powell. And it was last year on Jeremy Vine on BBC Radio 2.
Also, can I just say for the record, I am not an 87 member of the Tory Party. I'm neither of those things.
You well, I don't know why I assumed that. I know you're a long-time listener. Maybe I got that impression of you. I don't know what it was, but for some reason I assumed you were an 87-year-old member of the Tory Party. You're definitely not then. Are you a member of the Tory Party? Are you 87 years old? Or are you neither of those things?
I am neither of those things.
Interesting. Have you had the wraps from KFC? I know you were saying you like to go to KFC of an eve.
Like a Twister wrap? Not recently, but I have had them.
Aye, well, there's a spicy wrap that you can get. Like, it's not the Twister one. It was like a different. It was like a proper in your hand burrito. Damage Order has unsubbed because we mentioned politics. That's fair.
Your rate has been great.
It's gone well. We had a good run. Damage Order says blue food is generally bad. Do you disagree with that? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, because when do you ever eat anything that's blue? It's not like sweet.
Slush puppies, Skittles, M&Ms.
Like artificial, like nothing natural is blue.
Nothing natural. Ice is kind of blue, kind of natural.
Ice is blue.
It's kind of blue because it's water. Water is blue, so.
Water is blue. Water is clear.
I've got this whale Pokemon here who's like the god of water, and he's very blue. So.
Water is not blue. There's nothing about water that is ever blue.
I mean, you look at water and it looks blue from a distance. You're in it looks pretty blue.
It's the way the light shines off of it.
Is it a reflection or reflection?
I don't know exactly, but water is never blue.
The chat says water isn't blue unless you're hella deep. That seems like it says that water is blue if you're deep, though. So it seems like a conditional statement. Suggested questions, if you need ones. Would you rather have feet where your ears are or nipples on the soles of your feet?
Oh, neither of those things.
Would you rather, though? Would you rather have feet where your ears are, which it seems fairly fine, or nipples on the soles of your feet, which seems like a hindrance at best?
That seems painful. I don't want either of these things.
It looks blue if the sky reflects it, or if the swimming pool has blue tiles. Damage Order, I don't know how you knew this, but I was basically thinking that swimming pools are blue, and that's why water is blue. Yes, so would you rather have ears for your feet for your ears, or nipples on the soles of your shoes? If you had to pick one with a gun to your head. That's right, Damage Order. You know me so well from one call. From one call,
If I had to, it would be the nipples.
Really? What? Why would
I want feet on my ears?
You would have feet on your ears. You'd basically be deaf and have a mutation where you have feet on your ears, but you could.
Why would I want that?
But you wouldn't be able to walk if you had nipples on your feet.
Well, I'd come up with a solution, like a plaster on it, or
A plaster? I don't think that's. I mean, maybe with a well-soled shoe.
I'm sure, if there's a common problem, you would come up with a solution to avoid it.
What if only? I'm saying only you have it. Imagine you're a mutant from the X-Men. Your mutation is either feet on your ears or nipples on your feet.
I'd rather have that.
A plaster. You'd still.
I'd come up with something.
I'm shocked. I'm throwing this over to the chat. Chat. Feet or nipples? Feet or nipples? Do the boys not know about nipple pasties? Well, you're not walking on your nipples, is the thing. You're not putting pressure on them. Imagine, right? Working retail is hard enough. You're on your feet all day. Imagine if you also had nipples on your feet. I guess get the nipples and have them removed. Easier than removing the feet from your head, I suppose.
That's a good argument. It would be a very easy operation. Just get them removed.
Get them removed. I suppose that does happen quite a lot in the real world. I'm gonna have to be harsh and say that you can't have operations. You're against it. You're some form of Christian. You're not getting the operations. What do you pick? Feet or nipples? I see what we've got a like. I don't know when that happened. I want to believe it's when we started talking about feet and nipples.
Why do I get the weird questions?
I don't know. You're here. You are on the caller, and you're under pressure. Feet or nipples? Yes or no? Nipple. I still. You're not getting the operations.
I don't get. I'd come up with a solution which meant I had my ears and I could hear normally.
Yes, I suppose that's true. I'm going to go against the chat grain and suggest, despite the double-chewed coat, there is utility in being able to stand on one's head.
No, but if it was where your ears were, you wouldn't be able to do that because it would be bizarre, oddly shaped.
They'd be
you wouldn't get any sort of evenness from them.
I'm picturing them jutting outwards, kind of like this way, so the soles are facing that way. It's a bit of a weird one, but I honestly thought you wouldn't say nipples. I'm a bit surprised at that, actually, if I'm honest. I would probably pick the shoe, the feet heads. You could wear shoes on your head, like. I don't know. That was a good question, chat. If you can provide us more questions like that, actually, that'd be good. You'd love a feet head, says Damage. Yeah, feet head seems fine. I'm not against feet. I know a lot of people are. I'm not prejudiced against feet. I think it'd be a bit weird to have them on your head, but I'd probably get around it. I'd probably get into, I don't know, reading. I'd do a lot of reading, basically, if I was essentially bedeft by the feet. You'd also have more toes, something to consider. You'd have 20 toes. Is that something that might sway you in this question, or?
No, I don't want more toes.
You don't? Why don't you want more? How many? What would be your perfect number of toes then?
Like what I've got now.
You wouldn't want more toes?
No.
What? Would you want less toes if you could then?
I'm fine with what I have now.
The chat says, what if your partner had a foot fetish? That does seem like a thing. That is, because you think you've got head feet. You've got head feet and that's like a problem. But there's enough people in the world that they'll be into that. Like, it's not like that grotesque that people won't still love you. I suppose that's the case for the nipple thing. But like I say, imagine being on your feet nipples all day when you're working in a shop. Imagine you're working Sainsbury's or something. Imagine you're going to and fro all the time. It hurts enough already. Imagine also having to walk on nipples. What's the chat saying? The chat is laughing. Give us more questions like that, because that is a banger. I'm just having a wee check here to see that. How's the weather your way as well? How's the weather going?
Let me find out.
Yeah, I have a wee check up and we can add it to the Met Office data.
It appears to be dry.
Not snowing, you wouldn't say?
Not snowing. It's quite cold outside.
It is quite cold. I'm in a room with no heating that was quite cold hours ago when this started, but I feel like I've acclimatized. So what's going on in here?
Your body heat is helping.
Yeah, you can't see that my face is incredibly pink because I'm having a great time. But yeah, I think this chat feature, this phone in is really good. I'll have to get a burner phone with a number that I can just put out and people can just call in.
Anytime.
And
you get voicemails.
Aye. It'd be a great vibe. We can ask them would you rather have feet? I suppose I should probably think about that. Would you rather have a duck bill somewhere on your body, or would you rather you had what would you rather that? Duck bill somewhere on your body, or your teeth were made of aluminum?
Aluminium teeth. That sounds great.
Well, that's it. Aluminium's not that strong is the thing. I don't know if...
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's a good point. It's weak.
It's quite weak. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if... Andrew says teeth for sure, but I don't know, because, they'd never decay. That is a good point. The aluminium teeth would never decay, but how strong would they be? Because I'm thinking they would be the same size. Would they be more dense? How strong can aluminium really be?
I mean, it can be pretty strong.
Dammy Dodger says duck bill.
Maybe not as strong as an animal.
An animal's weirdly strong. Dammy Dodger says duck bill, man. Don't mess with the teeth. Shona Fraser says, can I choose the size and placement of the duck bill? No, it is the size of a psyduck. But you can choose the placement, let's say, but you can't choose the size. It's the size of a psyduck bill. Even dense aluminium would dissolve in your spit. That's a good point. Let's say that it doesn't for this question. If you come up with better questions, let me know. So you went to teeth quite. You didn't want the duck bill. Talk me through not wanting the duck bill. You could have it anywhere on your body, though.
I just wouldn't want a Dr. Bell. I'd rather have, like, I don't know.
I would have it. I don't know where I would. I guess I would have it. You could have it on the face, but like I suppose I'd want it. I don't know. I could have it like a. I could have it around my arm. Sorry, there. Sorry, say that again.
Think carefully about what you're saying here.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Just have the bill right on the face. Own it. Yeah, I think duck bills look pretty good. You'd be like the folk from Zelda. Zoras? Are Zoras the bird people? Let us know in the chat. Also,
Those are
Rutos. The ones from Wind Waker look pretty cool. Duckbill on my knee. So opens and closes when I walk. No, Rito, says the chat. You're right. We're getting a lot of confirmation for Ritos. I don't actually know anything about Zelda that much. I only played Link Between Worlds. It was banging. I played it whilst watching Minder on ITV4.
Wait. Did you not play Breath of the Wild?
Oh, I played Breath of the Wild. I kind of forget about Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was great. I don't know why. I played it on the Wii U, caller. I played it on the Wii U. Didn't they get it on the
Switch?
Didn't they get it on the Switch, mate? My brother has it on the Switch, but it won't give you a lend. It won't give you a lend. Can you see people in the chat? Can you share this stream to choice locations so that more people can get involved and we can have a great time? So we can get more callers and more things. What time is it? Is it coming up to midnight? Well, let's say we'll end this at midnight, but get me more people so we can grow.
I need to go to bed because like, I'm going to Disneyland. Like,
oh my God! You going to Disneyland?
I'm going to Disneyland.
Woo! We're all going to Disneyland. Oh my Lord! This is cracking. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
What time are you getting up to go to Disneyland?
Very early. You have to be at Buchanan Street bus station for like 3 a.m. to get the bus to the airport. It's a whole thing.
Are you not like just not going to sleep? Like just do the dad thing? Like didn't he sleep?
I will try and get some sleep. Yeah.
I would feel worse if I slept. I would feel worse if I slept.
What?
See, if I had slept, I would feel worse. Like honestly, if because like it's so early in the morning. It's basically, damn George is saying don't stay up, but it's like the dad thing to do. Like my dad just never went to sleep when we had to get up in the morning. Always regret it. That's true, but I feel like it works out better for holidays because you don't have to like fall asleep and then wake up in the middle of the night and then that will kill you.
The thing you're like missing. Like maybe I'd agree if it was like a more regular holiday, but this is literally just a day trip. Like
aye. That's true. You do need as much sleep as you can probably get in that regard.
Like, I'll be in France. You can't be tired in France.
I fear for you because, like, every time I see France in the news, it's some sort of riot or civil unrest.
We're going to Disneyland. Like, nothing bad happens in Disneyland.
Oh well, that's
magical wonder.
I'm excited. What day is today? This is Thursday, so you're going tomorrow. It's a Friday.
We're going on Saturday.
Right, okay. So you're not going tomorrow. Are you going tomorrow? Why are you? Don't participate in street games in Paris. Damage Order is saying don't participate in street games in Paris.
I have heard this, yeah. We probably won't have much time in like Paris itself. We're hoping to have like a couple hours to go to the Eiffel Tower, just like get a picture, but
Interesting. I wish you all the well. I don't know if you'll get back, to be honest, because you know how Brexit keeps happening.
yeah.
I know.
Just get stuck.
I know it's.
Let's say this might be my last trip to the EU before Brexit.
Oh my God! We should not probably talk about politics. We should talk about fun things. But that's sad. That's a gut punch.
Very sad. This might be the last time we get to use the EU passport too.
Oh God! Would you rather have skin that was entirely made from like the texture of whiteboards, or would you rather have like just wheels in inappropriate places?
Wheels.
In inappropriate places.
What? I don't want either.
You have to have one or the other.
Why are all these options terrible?
I have strapped you down onto my operating table. I'm a menacing scientist, and I have 2 experiments, and I'm giving you the choice because I'm vindictive. You can either have skin that is whiteboard, so people can draw on you, they can get their kind of daily planner on you, or you can have wheels made of rubber and have spokes in them, but they would be in inappropriate places. I'll leave that up to your imagination, Colin, but it will be in inappropriate places.
This sounds terrible. I wouldn't want I'd want my skin. I don't want that whiteboard rubbish.
It's breathable skin. For all intents and purposes, it's breathable skin. People will just be able to scribble things on you. Chat brings up a good point. Damage Georgia says, no showering again.
No what?
No showering.
Are you not allowed to shower now?
No, you're allowed to shower, but you've got whiteboard skin, so you just wipe yourself down with a wee wet rag and you'll be fine.
That's true. And I guess people wouldn't get like that close to you to be able to write on you.
No, it wouldn't come up a lot. Like, people, once they notice, they might harass you about it. But, like, I imagine you'll keep a low profile and, like, you know, your friends won't do it that often. Not while sober, anyway.
Does the skin still look like normal skin, or does it look like white?
It's white, I will say that. But you'd be the whitest man possible. I suppose you could change your skin color, though, because you could just get a pen and, like, draw it in. It's a tough one. The wheels would be in inappropriate places. They would be made of rubber. I'll let you choose, but it will have to be in an inappropriate place that is your choice.
Would they be useful wheels, though?
Depends, really. What would you use them for? I can't think of. They're not kind of awkward. They're like a small RC cars kind of wheels.
I don't even know this one. I don't know. I'm imagining still towards the wheels.
Really? They are in inappropriate places.
It's too late at night for these kind of questions.
That's why we ask you them. It's a psychometric test. We're getting a lot of feedback in the chat. We're getting some things for like the face, for the skin, and we're getting some ones for the wheels. The whiteboard skin should be your usual skin color, or maybe a grayscale of your usual skin tone. I can see that, but personally, I would go full white. It's because I'm staring at a whiteboard right now is where this comes from.
I think I'd say the wheels.
Okay, you keep going against the things that I would have thought you would have went against. I thought you would have gone for the skin, really, but interesting. If right, we'll end on one because it's getting close. If you could only read books produced by Richard Madeley, or books that were essentially used Yauri, what would you read?
Richard Madeley.
Really? You'd go like your only reading material for the rest of your life would be the collected works of Richard Madeley.
Yes, because I could laugh of them.
That's true, but forever. Like,
and also, I know this is a great this is like the only comparison where the Richard Madeley thing is less disturbing.
Let's have a wee look at chat. Tiny Hot Wheels in the groin, that could be fun. Lots of spinning, that's true. I'm thinking they're more kind of like about this, like this size, the size of this circle, but rubber and with spokes in them. I would probably take the Richard Madeley as well, I guess. I like a bit of the used Yauri, but you're right, it would be more fun. And I think he does have a varied catalogue of work as well. I don't think it's the same kind of genres he works in. So you could probably get away with it. I should probably let you go and have some sleep.
a bit, probably when you finish your stream.
This stream, I didn't envision it lasting this long, to be honest. It probably should have stopped long ago. I'm glad people are getting fun out of it. It's been fun. It's been fun.
It's been a hell of a time.
Can you see how, like, tired my eyes are? Like, see how, like, this is what they're like without me.
I'm not watching the YouTube video anymore because it's out of sync for the phone call, and, like, it's very confusing to watch.
That's true.
I'll go start watching it again, the news, though, when you hung up.
That's true. Well, thanks for calling. Thanks for being the second caller. We'll do this. We'll probably do this nightly or something. I'm going to commit to say nightly, and then it'll never happen. So nightly calls.
You've been streaming for like 6 hours a day, so.
Oh, it's been good. We got Doctor Who in before this. It got hella views, at least 3, and I'm sure this has had hella ones as well. Because every time I say Brexit, people probably tune in. But hi. See you later. Thanks, caller. Bye. 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 That was David from Sterling. What a friendly caller. What a friendly caller. Chat. We should do some, chat. Do you have some would you rathers? Because they're pretty good, aren't they? Would you rather, be made of packets of Uncle Ben's rice? Or would you rather... I don't know. That's the first one. That's my one. I'll give that to you. The first would you rather is, would you be made from packets of Uncle Ben's rice? Chat, hit me with a zinger. What's the other one of that? What's the and/or to that? Chat's dead. Thanks for watching, everyone. This has been good. My phone's dead. I have all the Pokemon I could ever want. I've had a good time. 2 hours and 40 minutes is probably longer than this chat should have gone. If you're still listening, give us a comment down in the comment bit, because the chat's been great. That'll help the channel. That'll help our metrics. But see if you comment as well. That'll help us a lot. Subscribe if you've not already subscribed. Comply if you've not already complied. Fifth thing, just have a good night, basically. Just have a good night. Be safe out there. It's quite cold, so if you're on the streets, get in your bead. Up a road. Up a road. Aye, up a road. Up a road sounds fine. I feel like there was something else maintenance-y that I was going to say. Share us about if you can. Just post us in your feeds. It helps us. The more numbers that are there in this corner of the stream, the happier I will be, and the more likely I will be to do and say silly things to get more numbers. That's how it works. It's like a clicker, but in real life. Anyway. Bye. I'm gonna awkwardly close the video because you have to press the button. You have to press this, and then you have to press the other button. So every time I do it, it goes not.